Come on. Oh my God. Stuff like that drives me nuts. What's up, Rama? What's up, Cheerio? Oh, God damn it, motherfucking... God, I hate this game. My God, I hate it. Fucking hate this stupid game. Backyard ballers, maybe. Maybe. Backyard ballers. Oh, shit. Okay. I've never seen him flail his arms and legs that fast before.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Why is that not connecting? Dude, what do you want from me? There. Oh, but now they're shooting me up. Wonderful. And I'm about to end up in the water. Pushed me right in the water, dude. Oh my God.
I kind of want to... Let me see what gun is in here. Do I have a gun? No. I got goggles. The fuck? Where'd they come from? Man, why aren't more people dancing? Tarnell. The fucking fire extinguisher gave me 6 stars. What a fucking huge mistake this was. I guess I could just go ahead and try to do the mission, considering... Oh, jeez. Well, okay. There we go. Nope. Oh, damn. Oh, exploding in the air? And not falling to the ground? Please don't fall on me, actually. Oh, God, what the fuck is happening? That's weird. Oh, no! What the fuck? It blew me off. I didn't even jump. Oh, there's no helicopter up here. Let's go all the way to the ground. What the hell? I need your car. Somebody give me a car. Oh, the cops are everywhere.
Be clear, Fat CJ took half damage.
The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dead!
What the fuck off?
Oh shit!
Oh my God. That was me.
Oh shit!
That shit is so funny. This dude can do all the work. Or are those grenades?
My mom can bounce better than that.
Look at that walk he's doing. Look at that shit. Do it, man. At some point in the future, thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. Oh, God damn it. I did that again. I did that the other day, and I've never done that before. Ain't got no suntan. Oh, he punched that cop. Oh, shit.
Sonny, don't worry.
I am worrying, Tommy. That's my style because I didn't have the
Oh, knocked his ass out. You killed this cop. Oh, this shit is crazy. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna take this pistol though. No, come on. No, it's stuck. Oh my God, what? Why did that happen? You stupid monster truck.
Luck for casino games and shit. Season 1, episode 6. Yeah, it was definitely early on. Look at that dude walking up there. That's like, oh, he fell off. He fell off, he died. That was Elvis, I think, dude. Oh, Elvis just committed suicide and we saw it. Rip Elvis.
Now they have all my cash. I'm fucked. But thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Ah, look at him slide. He's sliding. Oh, that was cool. All right. Oh yeah, how was Waffle House? No! Fuck this fucking game. Suck my fucking ball sack. Fuck. 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 Track. Oh, fuck! I think I dropped one. No! No! Fuck! Stupid fucking truck, man. Fuck! No, Ken, you
What is he
bitch.
doing?
Man, fuck these people you keep bringing around me, man. Oh, he's fighting me. He's fighting.
Wait, yo, someone jacked the car.
What? What? Oh, shit. So who's driving?
I can't get out.
Damn, who stole that shit? What the fuck? I'm getting my ass beat, about to die from Ken Rosenberg over here. Hurry up. I don't know what to do. Oh, my God. All good. Very productive today. Yeah, exclamation point def edition will answer all the questions you have. Funny how I knew what would be asked. Oh. The plane malfunctioned. I can't believe that. That's wild. You'd think they'd build these things better, but I guess not. I hate, oh my God, any vehicles on this road totally fucks her up. All right, it worked out fine. No, it didn't. That fence didn't even break. What the fuck? I spun her out, didn't get it. Fence didn't break. She's gone. I'm not gonna catch her right here, am I? Ah! Oh my God, where is she?
You are chauffeur for this little gig. Come on.
G, thanks, G.
Just don't drive like no fool.
Just me? I'm the one driving like a fool? Oh shit, I guess I am. That was somebody else. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, friends. All right, more OHKO today, Las Venturas and beyond. We'll see how it goes. Yesterday was terrible as far as time went. Lots of struggle percent yesterday. Today will be success percent, I hope. We'll see. Bing bong. Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. Let me fix my timer first. I got the pedal set up to split, and I need the pedal for duping. All right, should be good now. It's getting funky. It's getting funky. All right. Good, Kerwasan. How are you? More than 300? I don't know. That's a good question. I've never counted them. You can look at that picture of my game collection and count them all. That's most of them, what you see in that picture. I'm not good at estimating by just looking at a jar of jelly beans or anything, so can't even estimate that. What's up, Superior? I wish I would have had a Buffalo instead of this ugly ass truck. Not that I need to leave in this, so it's okay. What's up, Sidor? I haven't bought a lot of physical games recently. Whenever I go to the thrift stores, they're all way overpriced now. Oh well. What's up, Murayama? Boom. Oh, double bike. Nice. All good, Hamp. Very good day. What's up, Spanish Lucy? What's up, Frazier? Hello, Cowboy Dan. Wee, wee, wee. Oh, no. Okay. That should open the thing, but it won't. All right. Get away from that dynamite. Get away from that dynamite. Damn, called it, Hamp. Nice. What's up, Gothic?
Who's this asshole?
Hellified Dancer.
You don't have clearance for this area.
What's up, Majin? Whoa. Thank you, darling.
Hey, you can't come down here.
You can't come down here. We ain't got plans for this area. I have a sniper. I do. I wonder if... I don't think jumping over that fence will kill me. We're going to find out the hard way. Well, I don't need to kill that guy. I'm not going over there. Get evicted? I hope not. What's up, Blue? What's up, Damnation? Boy! Yeah, boy! Alright. Yeah, I think there are 2 other guys over here, so let me be careful. Super pussy safety strats. What's up, Cruddies? What's up, Smash Giant? Who the fuck is Tommy? Alright, hopefully no death. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that scared me. That fall was way further than I remember. Dick Goblin's World of Cock. Nice mustache. What's up, Mr. Tutti Frutti? What's the prediction? Roulette or slots? Ah! I killed that guy yesterday because I wasn't looking. Today I was looking. They put him in a place where they want you to kill him. They want you to fucking not be paying attention.
Hey, you be careful with that.
And look how uncareful he was with that comically designed dynamite, cartoonish dynamite. I know, man. We could just call Woozy up and be like, there was an accident. Your guy, he did, but we got the dynamite anyway. We'll drop it off at the casino because that's where we're going. No, I don't want my feet to be that big, Smash Giant. Shit. Yes, Acme Dynamite. What's up, Scar? Wrong side of the tracks. What's up, Fetty? What's up, Gold? I'm good, thank you. All right, you've had your chips. This is a difficult one. Well, I can be. Do 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 do. All right, I don't want to take the cock van, so I'll take this. The Blista Compact. I like how on GTA 4 it says Blista in the middle there. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What's up, New Mescu? Bike would be nice here, just so they can lower their accuracy. But if not, it's fine because I gotta be super safe anyway, and I'm not trying to rely on luck. Move. Well, since it's there. What's up, Johnny? What's up, Boom Shank?
You okay? I hope not.
You okay? I hope not. Ah! Ah!
San Andreas, I'm CJ from Grove Street. Landed the heinous gangbangers in cold heat.
Yeah, home shit, it's good to see you back.
Coming up on the big 1 year.
Thank you, Prophet the Poet, for the resub for 11 months. Yep, big 1 year right around the corner. Can't wait. Thank you, thank you. Big 1 year too. Can't wait to see it. I actually think I drive a car in here. Now that I think about it. Well, cool, Perkaholic. Glad you're here, man. Oh, nice smash, Giant. GG. I mean, just doing that is good.
Hey, who's this character?
Who's this character? He looks like he's got a buster brother to me. Hardest mission for OHKO used to be a Home in the Hills. Now Home in the Hills is easier. Los Desperados for me is what I worry about. It's at the very end of the run. I got to do it twice. Anything can happen. This one can be weird. There's going to be a guy that runs out. Somebody else, I think, that runs out right in front of me. That's the shotgun guy. Oh, I guess that guy's not coming. What's up, Novel? Oh, that's the guy I've been waiting on. He's like stuck over there. GTA 6 is similar to Max Payne 3. Oh shit, who's that? Fuck, man, I can't babysit this guy. He's stuck on something. That's so odd. Oh shit. Okay. One guy behind this shit. Ah! I got lucky there. Okay. And I'll just take this car. Oh yeah, doing it, baby. Can't stop me. Okay, it's got a flat tire, actually. I won't take this car. Is this unlocked? Yes. I like this blue. Yeah, it does make the game, the approach to playing it totally different if you're playing OHKO rather than just a regular speed run. And that's why I like it. Get out of the way. I don't know what the R emote is. Ask Violence. He's the emote adder. Night, yes, Ham. That's right. Who knows, Smash Giant? Anything's possible. No, Tenpenny can't stop me. That Buster. All right. Damn, man. I don't know that I'll ever be able to beat this 722 PB with a lot of these tough missions being done on the first try in that run. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, did I? Is that right, Hamp? See, I don't remember that. I try to block those struggles out of my mind. Sounds about right, though. All right, Don Peyote. Trying to think if I should. I guess I'll just drive out there in this shit. That way I got a 4-door core. No, yeah, I am. Like if I, but it is actually bullshit. Like if Caesar's homies die on that mission, it's mission fail. If your homies die that you brought with them, it doesn't. Nothing happens. It just mission continues to go. It's total bullshit. I guess it speaks to the leader of the gang. Caesar gives a fuck and Sweet doesn't, and that's it. That's all that matters. It is funny how that works, though. Move, homie. What's up, Moises? You got big cojones. Nafu, you got big cojones, man. You could do something like that for your custom rank, big cojones, or you to Mang Mang. I don't know if you like Vice City that much. Grove Street tattoo? I don't know. That sounds fun, but I don't know if it'll happen. Then people might think I'm down with Sweet, and I can't have that. What's up, Mango? What's up, Twitch account? I'm pretty sure Caligula's has slots. I think there might be some on the way to the door on the right. Not that we ever go that way, except for on Breaking the Bank. But I think there's some over there. If not, there's some in there somewhere. I'll do it when I get back. Just remind me. If that's what you want me to do, man. I like that word, bustard. Bustard. Not a bastard, not a busta. Both! Yeah, lots of sluts. That actually sounds pretty good, Smash Giant. If I had a good artist that I trusted to do the scene justice. Yeah, I mean, they already announced San Andreas VR, as in announced it's in development. Who knows when it's going to happen? And I think if I made the laws, I would make a law against announcing games like fucking 3,000 years before you actually plan to release the fucker. I don't like, you're getting our hopes up and you're hyping up your stupid little fucking meta moment, or you're trying to drive sales to the fucking headset when the game isn't released and still has not been released, or no, there's no more info about it. But anyway, when it does come out, I will play it for sure. Dude, what's up, Kuchar? What's up, Wanma? Move it! Damn, a cop, man. Hope I don't get shot.
I think I'm gonna chuck.
Yeah, I'll play it on stream.
I think I'm gonna chuck.
I think I'm gonna chuck. I would really love to get like one of those full-on. Ah! Get up, fool! One of those full-on like stationary like treadmill type things that like you use for some VR games where they like lock you in by the waist and then you can run and stuff. Man, that would be so much fun playing San Andreas that way.
Which casino is it? It's called Caligula.
Which casino is it? What's up, lol? Nice, Violence. Got to see the Northern Lights again. What kind of tits does this Rosie have?
Empty saddle bags are bee stings.
Rosie's a man. Stop touching yourself.
I mean, that's pretty much the ultimate goal. That's the end game of my life, is to be able to live in San Andreas eventually. Just upload my consciousness into the game and just fucking live there forever. I'm halfway fucking there already, you know? We just got to make it happen for real. I'm not a huge fan of this heat, like this heat, like effect. Everything's all blurry. I don't like that. Move! I think it would be a lot of fun to like have full body like action in a lot of different games like this. But it'd also be fun to like sit down and be able to drive too. Like yeah, have just totally move around like CJ. If I had an opportunity to be in GTA, would I be? Yeah, fool. Just told you I want to live there for eternity. Come on now. I'm trying to be in it. Yeah. If you're talking about like in the game, like act in the game, yes, I would do it for free. I would do anything to be a part of this franchise. I love it. Oh, slots, man. Okay, let me answer this phone call. Thank you for the reminder. What's up, Stone Troll? I don't, Noffle, and that's the truth, man. What's up, Slow Kid? What's up, honey? I would want some newfangled style ham. All right, let's see. Where are the slots? There's some over there, some over here. Oh, I put a big wall in the way. Why would you do this? Oh, man, this fake-ass slot. Man, get off the slots. Oh, my God. It's fucking packed in here today. All right, here we go. What's up, Isamu? Grapes, bells, cherry. Oh, my car is gone. My cock is gone. Congratulations, cherry poppers. Cherry popping daddies.
If you wake up to all this, I'm screwed.
Nice, yeah. I can't wait to play San Andreas on the microwave or something. What's up, DJ End Zone? Thank you, Slow Kid. I'm good. A fucker about hit me. Just tweet at Elon and tell him that you were about to pay for that Twitter Blue and then your account got hacked and you need it back so you could pay the fucking monthly fee. I'd like to not fall off. Jeez. Bing bong. 57.22. Nice. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. Sweet Ballers Corporation. What'd you say in your video today, Sweet Ball? I can't remember. Somebody said some shit to you. Oh, yeah, and then you said your mother. Yeah. That was good. Got those fuckers, whoever they were. What's up, Raptor? Hopefully it's this one over here. If not, I gotta really backtrack. It is not this one. I can see it moving. I noticed just in time. Man, why are you letting everybody bang your wife? What kind of sense does that make? I know people are into that, but then you claim that you weren't into that. So why is this man with your wife? Huh? Explain yourself. That's why I told him. I said, oh, he's a cuck. And he said, no, I'm not. And I said, well, it sounds like you are. You made a deal. Isn't that how that works? You like meet him on Craigslist. You invite him over. You give him a bunch of imitation crab meat. You kick over the model trains. They fuck your wife. You watch from the corner. The end. God damn. Thank you. Jesus. No, Mr. Twitch hates it. He's not a willing participant whatsoever. Yeah, DJ Enzo. Lots of big things happen there. The imitation crab meat is an old Craigslist post of a guy, some guy, shirtless man, older man, posted an ad on Craigslist and asked somebody to come over, and the name of the post was J.O. on the rails or something, and he said he's looking for a guy to come over to jack off with him, and then in his son's model train room, and then they could kick the trains over like monsters. And also, he has a bunch of imitation crab meat in the freezer that he can give you when you leave. It was a really good fucking deal if you were into that. I heard that, Fraser.
Hey, Johnny, how you feeling?
Hey, Johnny, how you feeling? All right, where am I heading? The meat business? Oh man, all this time saved. Well, what do you need to win tickets for? Can't he just get you in, DJ Enzo? Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Level 15 wants you to jump on top of the next car you see.
I fucking ran over Tweelave. I didn't mean to. I'm gonna go ahead and take it too. Jump on it and steal it. Is what legal? Meeting a man on Craigslist to beat your meat with him? Yeah. As long as I don't know. I don't think the crab meat was like payment. It was just a gift. What's up, Prezemo? Oh, really, DJ Enzo? He's a busy guy. I heard that. Whoa! You out your mind? I'm sorry, I'm hitting everybody. Oh, now I got a store. Yeah, yeah, I am. I'd say so. So what are you doing? Moving the cards? Good, because people keep hitting them with their cars. Yeah, I did a GTA 5 Rainbow Miser run not too long ago. Every once in a while, I'll throw down on some GTA 5.
We're gonna pay the Sindacos a visit.
Cassie was dating Diddy at some point, wasn't she? I don't know. That's what I heard, and that's a stepping stone to greatness, if you ask me.
Yes, God, yes. I want to do something safe and legal and boring with people that like me.
Yeah, this is GTA 4 month, and it'll be happening soon.
Like everybody else.
Oh damn.
I'll see what I can do. Thanks. I'm just so tired of all this life and that bullshit. Ah, shit's all down my damn shirt and everything. It's my best shirt too. Doesn't this shirt look good on me?
Because I'm a cartoon.
Cheer one, cheer one, cheer one. Since I watched her pain, I might start watching Live 2.
Thank you, Shakapon, for the bits. Appreciate it. Welcome, friend. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it was, if you watch that chaos, it was very painful indeed. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate it, appreciate it. What's up, Juarez? Shit, they started a fire. See, what I don't understand is why don't we just go out the door we came in? Why do we need to go all the way out the other side?
I got the extinguisher. Take
Ah!
guys out and I'll put out the flames. I'm gonna start up the meat train.
I would tell Rockstar that June should be GTA 6 month, but they won't listen to me.
I'm gonna blast these flames.
It's all over my damn shirt and everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to get it on your face. Thank you, NWS, for the bits. Appreciate it.
Screw this. I'm gonna hide in the freezer.
Screw this. I'm gonna beat the meat. Look, hit the meat with the minigun. Isn't that amazing? You can just swing the meat around with your bullets.
I need this more than you, I think.
If I get hit by the meat, I die here, so we gotta be careful.
What did I say? What did I do? Nothing. My bad. Now take cover.
Man, when you hear some of the names that are in the fucking WWE Hall of Fame, it's like, it seems like anybody can get in, so. But good for Rey Mysterio, yeah. All the legends should get in, obviously.
We gotta do. Okay, it's clear. Well done, CJ. Shit, this is insane.
Drew Carey? Oh, I didn't know that. Damn.
I'm never doing drugs again. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
Take that paper.
I'll take that paper. Oh, that's a sticker violence? That's cool. Out of all the things you could make a sticker, you made that a sticker? We gotta think of some other ones too. I was wondering why they had that screenshot of yours. I got like a little herb garden, like actual herbs for cooking, not herb for smoking. But I got that, and then some sprouts that I grow in a jar every couple of weeks. Nothing outside. Where I live now, I don't have any room for outside growth.
You and me tearing this town up. Nobody can stop us. Johnny's a done deal, and so is his gang.
Too fucking right they are, dumb pussies. Oh, fuck.
Dumb pussies. What's up, Daddy Doinks?
What the fuck am I gonna do? Shit.
You just gotta
Drew them carrying these nuts. That's good for an artist to get an artist like that.
They gotta think you did. I'll think of something, I promise.
I think of something, promise. Eventually, when I get some space, I'd like to have like a full-on, like, real garden. Move it, pow! How do I keep them alive? The herbs, it's like a hydroponic garden. It has a little light built in and place where you put the water and the plant food, and they grow out of these little pods and stuff. It's really cool. You can get them on Amazon. I know I don't have an outside garden, Cedro. Basil. Basil is the main herb that's on there. I've been growing kale and Swiss chard, which are way too big for that little herb garden, but it gives me enough. It gives me a little bit every week or so. Fish in a barrel. No, I didn't get into the make your own sourdough bread craze everybody else did. Yeah, pesto is what I do with the basil, or if I'm making just like regular tomato sauce, I'll just grab some and throw it in there. So definitely good to have on the ready. I tried to grow a bunch of other shit like chives and stuff. It didn't really work out. What else did I try to grow there? Other stuff didn't work out, so gotta keep experimenting. Oh, I was supposed to dupe that. No! What? I just want to make sure. I just want to see if this is my right thing. Oh, yeah. I had a bunch of mint. Yeah, I had to. Okay, it is. I had too much mint, and I had to pull it out because I didn't need that much mint in my life, you know? I mean, I used to do a bunch of speedrun races back in the day. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. If that's what you're asking about. Yeah, we would race, and it was cool to talk on Discord, find out where everybody is, and you know, just play the game with your homies. I'm supposed to be going to the quarry. Keeping chickens, no, I definitely won't do that. Duping, this dupe might be the most important dupe in this entire run, because in OHKO, I think that this is the toughest mission. If you had to do every mission, normally might be free fall. So this dupe is going to skip free fall. I dupe fish in a barrel, and the game will think 2 missions were completed, so it skips whatever the next mission is, and in this case it's free fall, and that shit is extra super duper difficult in OHKO. Oh, rip DJ Endzone. Like, you don't know them personally, Lo-Fi. It's just kind of like a community race. Whenever I did speedrun races, it was usually just with people that I knew, like, that I spoke to on a regular basis. I wasn't big on, like, community races where I didn't know anybody. Yeah, oh, yeah, Chris. right, look away. What video is that? Shadonic? Oh, 1,000-ish people in the community list, but it's between casuals and pros. Oh, so just a bunch of people. That's cool, yeah. Just have fun with it, I guess. No, just people from this chat, Sadro, like Illuminati and Derek and everybody.
Did somebody tell you, Mike? Dang.
Hello, George. Yeah, hopefully we can talk a little bit later, George, if that's okay. I mean, you don't have to talk to, I mean, if it's like a huge community race, I assume you don't have to talk to them, so you can just kind of stay in your lane, do your thing, listen, and then if you feel comfortable, talk to them. But yeah, just do your thing and just pretend it's just you playing in your room or whatever, and nobody will, I mean, you shouldn't have any problems with that. I hope nobody shoots me here. What's happening, homeboy? Let me go find some chronic later. I don't know how many hours I have in San Andreas. I always say over 10,000, but it's not actually tracked anywhere. All right, so that's successful dupe. Oh, nice low fun. What's up, Shovel Man? Oh, sorry.
Are your eyes open?
You mork. Why are those the only two choices, Fox? I thought there were a lot more Disney girls besides those two. Yeah, what about Jasmine? Hey, that's my truck.
You won't be needing those fancy
Brandy, goddammit, get the brandy.
Brandy, goddammit, get your brandy. What's up, David? I'm good. How are you?
You won't be needing those fancy clothes.
Is Jasmine underage? I don't know. I mean, even if she is, who's sexualizing Disney princesses, man? We're just saying which ones we like, you freak. Look, spotted the freak in the chat, goddamn, asking if she's underage. You were at Applebee's listening to Wacky? What's up, Kaylee?
Am still the top rapper, dude?
Best there ever was.
Best there ever was. David backs corrupt.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh my God, sir. Need more brandy. Yeah, you don't need that fancy sweatshirt with your name across the front. What the fuck? That bus, what the hell? I went to Ruby Tuesday many years ago. Very many years ago, and I guess I didn't like it because I never went back. Misappropriation. Go misappropriate some funds. Yeah, why we should put a warning on streams that when Wacky comes in, don't eat at Applebee's when Wacky's around. You'll lose your appetite. Damn, went the wrong way. It's the long way. It's sad that Mad Dog sees his mom when he's in a coma. Oh, yeah, I guess so. Well, he was a drunk fool. Dude. Oh, so Ruby Tuesdays is like an Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Fridays. Okay, I thought maybe it was fancier or something. Yeah, I get it in a sense, Sadro, but I also don't get it in a big sense. You know what I'm saying? So I've been looking at people's merch recently, and some have some cool designs and stuff that I like. So I can understand, you know, repping your favorite homies or favorite communities. Yeah, that's my famous quote, Fox. What's up, Vectoral? Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it. By the way, shout out to Ham again yesterday. Gifted Vectoral a tier 2 sub at the end of the stream. We were logging off and he hooked up a homie on the way out. Move. Look at that. Home of the Big Pecker. I've been to the Big Pecker a lot. I also had to come find this giant chicken in the desert during Chaos Mod. Oh, fuck. No, thankfully you can't die in this game, no matter how hard you crash the car. If it was 4 or 5, I'm sure you could. I know for sure in 5 you can get shot in the car, which would not be ideal in this. Do you think people with really long Twitch names are like overcompensating for their tiny penises? Like, let's say your name is, just for example, JP the Beast of the Corporation. Do you think that means you have a very tiny wiener? I say yes. What say you? Got to stand out somehow. That's probably why all these corporation fucks have that long ass word in their names. No! 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 Yeah! Sorry, Spy. It was a personal attack. Not against you. Against the corporation. Gotta pick your dick up with a shovel. That's cool. What's up, Tracy? Do 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 do. My time is right, but I do want to save. Oh, is it violence? That's interesting. Do 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 do. I think time should be fine here. Well, let me save all the way around, actually. All right, should be good there. What, are you the closed captioning of this stream, Fox Gaming? 'Cause that's what it looks like you're trying to be. Yeah, where people ask about me, do I have a parachute? Yes, I do. All right, hold on. I gotta get all my shit together here. I'm gonna watch out for the barrels, and then we're out of here.
Hey, Hugo. Did you see that any percentage is 349
No
now?
more. Thank you, David, for the bits. Appreciate it. No, I mean, that's not my any percent. I guess you're saying that's the world record, so. No, I don't follow that at all. Thank you for the bits, though. If my calculations are correct, this should be a fake parachute, and I should fall to my death here. That would be disgusting, Gothic. That would be a terrible thing to do. I wouldn't want to ever be associated with that nonsense. Do 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 do. And I should die here. Oh, I'm not gonna die. Look at me.
Welcome to San Andreas. I'm CJ from Grove Street.
Thank you, Novel. You saved me.
Gangbangers in cold heat. And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep. Even with anybody competing, even police.
Thank you, Kaylee, for gifting a sub to Happiest Mango. Congrats, Mango. Thank you, Kaylee. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh shit.
What's
Oh.
your poison, Gran or Gin?
What's your poison, Gran or Gin? Where'd that bike come from? I would have rather had that. I mean, there are people that want to, you know, they want to be world record in a speed run so bad that they'll just try to be first to get the world record. But if you don't follow the rules of the leaderboard, then it won't count as a real run. But if you do, then it will. Like I've talked about before, that guy that wanted to be the first Red Dead 2 speed run, and like 20 hours later, he looked fucking miserable. But he stuck with it, and he got it, as far as I know. So that's all you can do, man. Probably Skatab. The best GTA 5 character? I mean, in the whole game, for me, it's Lamar. Of the three main protagonists, it's Franklin just by process of elimination. Trevor's too crazy and Michael is a snake, so I just go with Franklin. But Lamar and Wade are my two favorites. Yeah, this is Meatball Strat here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happens, SOE. What's up, Liam? How can a parachute be fake? There's something that happens that you do in the game. I think one of these glitches that you do that will make it so when you pull your parachute, it doesn't actually work and you just continue to fall to your death. I used to know what caused it. Now I can't fucking remember. Bitch, Jada Pinkett. Lamar and Wade. Can you not hear me, Fox? Are you reading the subtitles? No, fuck Jizzle. Jizzle's, if there was an award for most annoying GTA character of all time, Sweet is terrible, but as far as like annoying, oh man, Jizzle. He's so annoying. Yeah, I was thinking of going to see the Mario movie tomorrow, but I'm probably going to be packed in theaters and stuff, so I'll wait. So, yeah, in the next couple weeks, I'll see it at some point. Trying not to catch any, you know, theater packed with kids, but, you know, obviously it's going to be. All right, thank you. You don't need to type everything I say in the chat. Thank you, though. Trying to think if I need to answer this phone call or not. I will say no. The one thing I did hate about, like, when Amanda and the kids left in GTA 5, they made it seem like they were like good people and Michael was a shit person. I'm like, this dude's out here trying to provide for all you leeches in this family, and you fucking mad at him, you know? So I didn't really care for that. His family's just so annoying. What's up, Mimi Candy? Yeah, were they watching porn or were they watching some video? I don't know, or like music video? I don't know. What's up, Ruined Hippo? What's up, Canna Rose? Oh, jeez. Oh, time for sure. Hazard Doodle. What's up, Vaughn? I'm good. All right, so what I just did with those things, the bulldozers or whatever at the quarry, was to turn all the soldiers into these little balls of meat with guns sticking out of them, so I can just run through here and not get shot. I mean, I wasn't talking about Fortnite if you're asking me. Da, 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 da. What's up to Duck King?
Installation personnel, please be aware we are at condition red. This is not a drill. This facility has been breached. All security personnel head to the research labs now.
Personnel reminded that the downloading of
Yeah, I saved Jizzle from whatever. He was like locked in a car, and I helped Tracy with something. Somebody was stalking her off her webcam thing or something like that. I remember those.
Could whoever stole the composite last month please return them?
What's up, Lord and Simon?
Please, no more violence. Take my pass card.
Please, no more violence.
Code red.
Just run, fool.
Penetrated the project. All military personnel to the launch bay immediately.
Go, move. It might have been gorillas. The peds are balled up like this because I did a glitch to make them be like that so that I could just run through here straight to the jetpack. No, Shovel Man.
Intruder is stealing the jetpack. All military personnel outside and fire at will. Take him out. That's
I think I remember that shoplifting one. I think that call, that Amanda call, comes in during Trevor %, so I usually just skip it. I can't really remember doing it casually. I must have, though. Doot, 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 doot. Come on, George. Come on, man. I thought we were cool. Why you gotta try me like that, man? Yeah, what kind of songs are on there, JP? Oh, it's about to be loud. I forgot.
Stash it somewhere fast.
Far out. Have a nice trip, dude.
Hey, wait a... was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
Yeah, possibly later, Canna. I'm in the zone right now. I'm in the zone, Chief. Oh, yeah, that doesn't work. Typical metal shit. See? It's a playlist so bomb, he can't even tell us what the fuck is on it. Fucking Buster. Buster, straight Buster. Do, 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 do.
Hamp 6 Schlitzes has purchased 10 packs.
Thank you, Hamp 6 Schlitzes. Nice, lo-fi. I think I need to take one more call. Yellow airport taxi. You get that dossier? Didn't call you, sir. You just called me right now. You fucked up in the head. Okay, nice, JP. Oh no, what'd you get, Hamp? Oh, jeez. Yeah, you should keep that in the collection and never use it, would be what I suggest. Yeah, you just missed Black Project.
What did the horse say after it tripped? /help. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Okay. Thank you, sweet ball. Good one. Not. Killed Pulaski, that buster.
Not feeling so fucking full of yourself now, huh?
Yeah, well, them's the brakes, fuck.
Them's the brakes, fuck.
Yeah. Can I fuck your sister?
You an asshole to the end.
Punk motherfucker. Pow! Stomped a hole in his ass. Dead Pulaski. Is it bulletproof? I have no idea. What's up, Emmy? St. Morks. Two Ken calls. Okay, this is one.
Hello?
Carl, it's me, Ken.
All right, that was definitely Ken. He said, Carl, it's me, Ken. Ken, his dick fit in your mouth. Got him. That would have been crazy if he said that. There should be an Easter egg in Vice City where Ken Rosenberg calls one of the protagonists and says, hey, it's Ken. And you can tell from his voice it's Ken Rosenberg. And they say, Ken who? And he says, Ken, his dick fit in your mouth, and then hangs up. And everybody be like, oh shit, Ken Rosenberg with the Ligma. What a great GTA moment. Nice, Amp. Good luck with that one. Call of Duty Mobile? Cool. Good luck. Who can? Can I fuck your sister? Yeah. That's a good one, actually. All right. Two Ken call. This should be the second Ken call.
Hello?
You've hung us.
That is Ken Rosenberg. All right, now I go set up the dupe. And the only reason I duped this mission, sorry, Tweelave, getting jacked,
I hope not.
is because it makes this mission easier not to actually skip anything. See you, George McDonald. Give me drugs, I'll forget about the bike. Now I got to steal me another car. I mean, I'll be here. He'll be back. He's playing his mobile game. I mean, I would definitely save myself, Sandra. I would choose option C. Oh, humping. All right, sorry. This, I gotta unload my gun here because my button to hold the phone call for this glitch is the same as the secondary fire button. And I don't want to be driving down the street with the shit firing and then get cops all on my dick. Yeah, sometimes people just run into that building and get shot up because they got a death wish. Yeah, that's cool, Fox. All right, catch you later, man. Good luck with your Call of Duty. Yeah, Sadro is an interesting character. Oh, nice. Slip and slide, Clyde. It went well. You had fun. That's cool. You got to drink a beer out of a shoe? I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, I am.
Hey.
Tiny bald idiota. All right, now we go start this mission again. I'm the edgiest one here, so I know everything about females. Man, what the fuck are you talking about? What does that mean? Is this some kind of, is this a joke? Are you a funny guy? Idiota, Carl, idiota.
All right, you guys better get.
Laughing at fools like me. I'm the edgiest one here. Are you that kid in that video that's like, I'm the alpha male and you can't discipline me to the teacher or whatever? You seen that video? I bet that was you, Shadonic. I'm the alpha male. Do. Oh, there's definitely some characters in here. But I think a lot of them that you may think are just regular characters that are characters are just regular ass people. Oh yeah, plane on plane. Yeah, this guy he's trying to play a character. It's just not a very good one. Oh, is that right, Fox? I know his son had a song in GTA 5, but I don't remember John Lennon himself being in it in any capacity. What's up, Broken? What's up, Burn? Yeah, hello, Sadro. Hello again. Am I sick? No. Are you sick? Sick in the head? Yes, you are. I'm gonna get you a cheesecake. See how the men are together? The men are inside of each other. That was the glitch I was doing. Make it easier so I don't get shot the fuck up. Yeah, that was his son, Fox. Oh. Somebody is alive here. Or, I mean, they're all alive. They're just stuck together. Oh! Wasted. Fucker. Piece of shit donut, Carl. Why'd you time him out that time? Get in, fool. country ass fucked up town. I need a bike actually. There's one right there. Excuse me, sir. You gorillas rock stars? Help, officer! Oh shit! What's happening? Wait. Oh yes, thank you. Oh, and they laid on top of him too. Yeah, no, that was a legit message. I mean, he didn't have his facts right, but he wasn't just copying me. An honorary Grove member does more than sweet. Whoa, what the hell? Trying to set me up. That's me that's deleting the breasts in Discord. You already got me fucking in trouble in the Crown stream. You're not gonna get me in trouble with Discord too. No more titties in there. You guys post the fucking most graphic anime breasts. I can't have that. I gotta wait on this again. See if anybody comes in here and gets shot the fuck up. I mean, anime titties are fine, just not in the Discord. You just take that shit elsewhere. I'm sure there's plenty of Discords that are specifically for anime nudities or whatever, covered breasts, vagina, butt, ass, if you will, maybe penile too. Hey, officer. Nice badge, nice badge. What's up, Sosna? I mean, ask Dev. Dev is the one that's always posting, like, gifs of fucking breasts and penises. The only nudity I want to see in Discord is Mimi Candy's GTA porn. All right, we can't just be having any old breasts visible in there. Yeah, well, I don't want a not safe for work channel because I don't want to invite that stuff. It just can't be in there. There's plenty of places on the internet for pornography or whatever the fuck. I just can't have it in there. Go. Why am I stuck?
Hey.
Yes, exactly, Snorp. GTA 2 porn, that would be pretty good. I mean, I don't want to like, you know, we don't need to, I don't know, adult proof the server or anything like that. I mean, not adult proof. It basically is adult proof as of right now. I mean, child proof it. We can still have adult themed things in there, just not, we just can't have any not safe for work stuff. Go, come on, come on. What's up, LM Records?
Turn down for what?
Forgot to
Thank you, Rex, for the resub for 18 months. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. No, no politics. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Oh, here's a KDST song. This is a stadium song. What does that have to do with not safe for work? This stream is very safe for work. I missed the fucking marker, JP. God damn. Everything OHKO? I don't know. Maybe one day. I don't think I'm anywhere near that yet, Illusionary. I think just player and vehicle OHKO at the same time would be good. And then maybe work it up to everything. Get down. Okay. Get down. Did I ever get a shotgun? Yeah. That guy dead? Yeah. Minigun percent? I don't know that I do a whole run with just a minigun. It would be a lot of fun for me. I just don't think it would be all that fun to watch just because I would just be so beastly. I would just be destroying. I wouldn't be able to be stopped, which is like every other time I play, but still. Holy shit! Fucked this whole world up. That was crazy. Do, 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 do.
Take off all your clothes.
Yeah, shrimp, I did. What's up, Eddie? What are you going to do on here, Shadonic? Are you going to do sexual things? Well, leave me out of it. Not a fan of that Marge sound? That's why it's forbidden. That's why you very rarely hear it.
This is Flight CJ-101 out of Liberty City, requesting final approach to Los Venturas International.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, Zodiac. Did I voice that? I mean, did it sound like I voiced that? Because to me, that sounded like the voice actor for Marge. That's how good it was. No, I do not think CJ went to college. They laughed at Loke for wanting to go to college. Do-do, do-do, do-do. Slow down! Slow! Damn. All right, now we got to set up another glitch. Such a long way to go. I need a bike. Where is the bike? I would say Mr. Mackey, Fortnite. What's up, Cangelito?
You have a bad week, huh?
I'll make it worse for that. Now I gotta go all the way back and get a
Camp
bribe
Six
star.
Slitzes wants you to tell someone an awesome
Did
story.
somebody tell you back, gang?
All right, what do you want the story to be about? You give me a topic, I'll tell you a story. First time you streamed as a partner? I don't really remember that, to be honest with you. I remember M-Toms being the first person that subbed, but that was off stream because my partnership thing went through while I was actually out of town because they took forever to make it go through, and then M-Toms, I saw that he was the first sub on there. And then I don't remember. This is so many years ago. I don't remember very much. I can tell you about the first time I streamed ever. I just streamed San Andreas. I jumped on. I didn't know what I was doing. Some guy came in and started talking to me. It was a great time. I remember saying I was talking about nitro in the car, but I couldn't think of the name of it, and I called it the blue stuff. And that was that. The end. I did not staple the sub to the wall. Staple M-Tom's balls to the wall, though. Do, 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 do. All right. Look away. Yeah, there's no such thing as, damn, where'd I get all this ammo? I thought I already unleashed this. There's no such thing as affiliate. So I had to go from nothing to partner back in the old days. It was tough. It is violence, yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go, man. Got big cojones, man. Partner, Jizzy, what's going on? No, I don't have any dildos. Thank you, Nawful. I mean, I can appreciate it for what it is, the Duck King. I can appreciate, you know, the achievement, I guess, but I don't know. I wouldn't say sentimental all that much, no. Hey there, security. Oh, I can't remember where I let go of the call here. I think it's right here. But I think CJ will jump out of the plane. No, he didn't.
You ever jumped before?
Nah, you?
Nah.
When we land, we're gonna feel invincible.
Don't hate the little man because he's packing a 6-shooter. Next. What's up, Jody? I feel like Kendall was very rude to the little man packing the 6-shooter. To just yell next like that. Imagine somebody did that at your audition. Slow down. Okay. Woo. What's up, Cyrax? If Little Man was someone from the chat, who would it be? Probably Walkie. Because he's entertaining, but he doesn't take any shit from anybody. He'll fucking put you in your place. The San Andreas one, LBC sent that to me, Shrimp, a long time ago. So I don't know how much they go for these days. A pretty penny, I think. So I'm happy to have it. I very much appreciate it. You can't break those cuffs. It was expensive. Well, probably worth much more now. Okay. I guess I don't need to be over here. Oh, happy birthday, Cyrax. Happy birthday. Party time. I don't know if I said happy birthday, but happy birthday. That's funny, LVC. Oops. Too soon, too soon. There we go.
Welcome back to San Andreas. I'm CJ from Grove Street. Landed the heinous gangbangers in cold heat.
Yeah, homie. Yeah, it's good to see you back.
Hold on. Sorry. Thank you, DB Burnhead, for the resub for 8 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, appreciate it.
You chose the wrong house to rob, fool.
Appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, I don't think any of these guys will shoot at me. There's something that you can do that makes them shoot at you if you fuck something up, but I think I'm straight now. I don't think
fuck with my house, with my shit.
I don't think I'm gonna have an issue. We'll find out. Airport taxi. Pow.
I'ma fuck with you.
I'ma fuck with you. Oh, that's what you do if you I guess hit them and don't kill them, then they can shoot back. Would I live in Mad Dog's mansion? Absolutely. You kidding me? Yeah, he's a teleporter. He's a shape-shifting lizard person. Is he Illuminati too? All right, we did it. Your wife does not live there. Stop lying. Damn, man.
Man, fuck Vince McMahon. He's a busta.
Why? Why is he a busta? Thank you for the bits. But tell me why. Candace? Who's Candace? That guy talking all that shit. We picked the wrong house to rob. He didn't stop us. Can this load come up in your crib? That's a good one, actually. Oh. Oh, come on, Nawful. You can't be ligmifying people. Oh yeah, I'll play GTA 4 during April at some point. I hate to lest anyone think I'll be solely playing GTA 4. I will not.
Wes is busy smoking so he can get some knowledge. Vince selling WWE like a buster.
But why is that? Why is it a bust a move to make billions? That sounds pretty fucking ballerific to me. Shit. If Vince was my dad, I'd be like, man, sell this fucking shit so we can be ballers. Goddamn. I mean, already balling out of control, but we don't have to fucking go to WrestleMania and fucking tear our ACL or some shit. But thank you, Streamlines, for the bits. I don't know if you can do this undetected. I imagine at some point, though, sound thing goes off, but I don't know.
Did you hear that?
What's up, Marcus, bro?
For real?
Oh, got them all. Nice. Oh, tore his quad. My mistake. Sorry, not his ACL. Actually... That's probably why he was out there. He's like, I got to get in the ring one more time. And then Father Time was like, hell no. Oh, come on. We didn't hit it. What's up, Molten Art?
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Hi, my name is Luca. Look at them balls, got.
Oh, god damn. Thank you, Luca at them balls for the resub for 23 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, Luca. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Luca, this dick in your mouth. Shut up, Torino. Got nothing to do with me. Torino. Vertical bird. A bird that's vertical. Well, why don't you ask nicely, JP to Beasts? Oh no, what? I lost my save marker this deep in the run? What? Okay, let me see if it's... Let me see if the one... Let me see if this one's... Oh, I didn't... Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm totally tripping. I didn't even finish the fucking mission. I was so worried about saving, I forgot I have to finish the mission. Oh no, that's full. I mean, hate on Vince all you want. That mustache deserves to be hated on.
Turn down for what?
18 months ago. Sad I never get a chance to watch live.
Thank you, Soldier Tank, for the resub for 18 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you, thank you. Glad you made it back today, at least. Oh, no, yeah. Vince is a fucking, you know, he's a visionary. Oh, shit. Remember me when you get to the top. What's up, yo, dog? We have too many corporations. Okay, Streamlines. I'm ready to see it. This is dangerous. Oh, I called it. Oh! This country ass fucked up town. I hate this fucking town. I mean, I have Katie. I keep all my weapons, so it's not some terrible thing, but I didn't mean to do that.
That shit looked painful.
That probably was painful for CJ. Thank you for the bits, Woods. Sonny Bono style.
Yes.
Yes. Oh no, I'm not trying to go in the water. Do 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 do. Most of my videos on YouTube are 60 FPS. The Extreme Chaos had to be 30 FPS and a lower quality than I usually do just because it was such a big file. But most of the other ones are 60 FPS at this point. The old ones aren't. The yellow markers on the map are from glitches I've done throughout this run. Every time I glitch a mission, dupe a mission, it leaves an extra marker on the map.
That's enough Vince slander. At least the Knicks made the playoffs.
Oh man. Oh man, these Knicks fans, they're dying for some fucking success. This will be an interesting playoffs. Thank you, Wes, for the bits. Bum, 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 bum. Well, I maxed that Extreme Chaos out at 255. The limit's 256. I did 255. And I had to lower the quality and put it at 30 FPS just to make sure I could get it there. Roller coaster! Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh shit, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go.
I got a yellow marker for you right here, Hugo, if you know what I mean, Ma.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm excited. Thank you, VG Stuffed, for the resub for 37 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Charlotte FC in the MLS, but nothing outside of that. The only reason I'm a Charlotte FC fan is because that's where I'm from, so I'm not a big soccer fan at all. Oh, good for UConn. You know, I kind of lost interest in the tournament after our bracket challenge was done, since, you know, it was a bunch of teams nobody had. But I did catch the very end of that game, and I saw they smoked them, so that's cool. Good for UConn. What's up, St. Louis Mafia? Well, no, I keep them on external hard drives, Cyrax. So I have like
Don't look at this card. Camp 6 splits is once you spell the word hullabaloo.
I heard Hollaboo, so I'm gonna say HOLLABOO. Hollaboo. I don't know what you said. I can never understand Justin. Like that, it's so hard. Every time that comes up, it's like Ham Six Schlitzes wants you to spell this word. And I'm like, what? And I can't look anywhere. USB infant. My favorite GTA is San Andreas. Yeah, UConn sounds like a good Ligma joke, actually. That should have thought about that. Hey, who won the national championship this year in basketball, in men's basketball? UConn? UConn suck on his dick. Got him. I think I should do a tour of Twitch tonight where I just go into streams and say that to people. Go into all the basketball streams and say that. See how many I can get banned from. Just kidding. Just kidding, Twitch. We're not being inappropriate.
This all you giving me?
Watch out. Turn around and shoot him. Gonna get us killed, man.
Hey, over here. Come on. Keep up.
Keep up. Keep up. Sweet the useless Buster. Buster ass Mork. A roller coaster, baby, baby. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. How do you feel about song request? Do you think we can handle a song request? Because I kind of want to see if that'll work. Roller coaster. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, it's sub song request. just type !SR and then your choice of song, and it should work. I am going to take a break from San Andreas real quick. Is it working or not? And I'll be back to San Andreas in just a little while, but I'm going to play some baseball right now. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's working. You want me to turn the sounds on, too? You can hear the music, right? Okay. Mods can turn it up or down. And if you guys want to play with that a little bit, play with his dick. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to play with the volume and stuff just to see how to do it, you're welcome to. I'm not too bothered by it. But like I said, I'm going to play a little bit of baseball. We'll get back to San Andreas in a little bit. And that's what it's going to be, man. Oh, I guess I gotta close my thing. Oh no, I can just turn it off. Time is on your side. Are the sounds not working? Has anybody tried to do a sound? Yeah, I got Goldeneye. It was a lot of fun. Oh, nice, Broadway. Yeah, that's kind of low, right? Ooh. Whenever I do iRacing, we'll do song requests and sounds. That's why I'm trying to test it now.
Hey everyone, it's Book Shambi. Welcome to the show.
Ding dong. Fuck your life. Your mothers were demon sluts! Yeah, I don't know how to turn that up anymore. Sorry, the sounds are just going to be low. So, well, I'll figure that out another day. I got to play this game. Are you hearing that? I guess so. I don't know. Young Horts. What is this? What am I doing? Why am I in this? Oh, I didn't mean to open this. All right, I'm trying to do... All right, let's start with Home Run Derby. Little batting practice. I'm going to be Frank Thomas. Wait. No, I don't want everybody to be Frank Thomas. The fuck? I fucked up. I don't play baseball in real life. A little bit. I went to batting cages years ago, and some kid asked me if I played baseball, and I said, yeah, I play for the Yankees, man. And he believed me because he was a little kid. But no, I don't play any baseball in real life. All right, I'm going to make the other guys a bunch of shitty players. All right. And we'll do it in this stadium. All right. All right, let's do it. If it's too low, tell the mods to turn it up. Song request is for subs only, yeah. Just so we don't overload it or have anybody we don't know request inappropriate shit. Well, if the people we know, if you request inappropriate shit, you're getting fucked in the ass. All right, why is this so low? Why can't I hear this?
Welcome to San Andreas, I'm CJ from Grove Street. Landed the heinous, gangbangers in cold heat. And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep. Beefing with anybody, competing, even police.
Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting a sub to Shadonic the Edgehog. Thank you. Congratulations, Shadonic. There you go. You got you a little, got you a sub there. This sport is called baseball. It's the great American pastime. I am Frank Thomas. He sells testosterone on the TV nowadays. You should be able to just type !SR, you know, lick my balls, and then the #1 song known as Lick My Balls will come up. However, it may give you the wrong one. I don't know if there's a command to like remove your last song. I don't know. Somebody in here probably knows how song requests work better than me. Oh, mods can't delete the songs? Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. Yeah, baseball is cool. I'm not a huge fan just because we don't have a local team here. So I don't have a huge rooting interest in anybody specifically. Yeah, Frank is getting tired. I mean, he's old. Goddamn, he needs his testosterone. This is a good song. Fuck, man. All right, I gotta put some power behind this shit. 420. Fuck, man. I don't know what the volume commands are. If you want to Google Streamlabs chatbot song request volume command or something, you'll probably be able to find it. Fuck, I lost. All right, well, let's go play the other mode. But anyway, this game is out now, the show. This is the new baseball game for the year. It just came out. Baseball season just started. All right, so this is the March to October. I'm the Yankees here, and you just kind of go through and play parts of games here and there, and then just specific like situations. So like now I'm going to finish the game strong. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Bases are loaded. I don't know. I guess that says bases loaded. Yeah, I've been balling, man. No, I don't play FIFA, no. But I do have I don't have it on like the easiest difficulty, but I have it on a fairly easy difficulty here. No, keep turning it. You can keep trying to turn it up if you want. Let me just look at the command, the song request thing to make sure. Oh, it's up all the way, yeah.
He's at the bottom of the order, struggling as of late, but a knock here would be a huge lift for him and for his team.
No! Well, that was a big fucking waste.
All set for the start of the inning. So in now for Cleveland, Oscar Gonzalez. The pitch. There's the strike.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first. But
I don't know. It's been a couple years, I guess, or a year or two since they became the Guardians.
Bounce to the right. Rizzo takes it himself. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. And now it's Josh.
No, it's not too loud. I expect this music to be louder than the music we normally listen to. I have something on my end that I could always turn it down with, so you can just put it however you want. Whatever you want to do.
But a really good pass at the ball.
Well, I don't care for making like players and teams. I like to just jump in the game. I mean, you can try turning it back down, turn it back up, and see if you can hear a difference. Okay, now it's I don't hear anything.
It's a strikeout. Well, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and
It's back.
Plate, you know you've committed.
I mean, our minor league team. First of all, if Carolina had a team, it could be the Carolina, the Raleigh something, and I wouldn't like them at all. First of all, second of all, if Charlotte had a team, I'd like for them to be the Charlotte Knights, which is our minor league team's name, and we're used to that. But it could be something else. I don't care. All right. Correct. Go! No! Correct. Fortnite.
Start to the inning on that first pitch, man. He's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Oh, get fucked. See you all.
And the Yankees have the lead. It's 3-2. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Here is Aaron Judge.
Oh, I shouldn't even have swung at that. That was my fault. Ah.
Judge rips that one. Straw ranging back. Still going back.
Oh, let's go. 2 in a row. Get fucked. And I got an achievement. Back-to-back Jack Mihas.
11th of the year, and they add to the lead. It's 4-2.
Back-to-back Jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of
part of the problem with Song Quest is different videos are going to be different levels, but this is as loud as it gets. I even looked in the thing to see if the bot was just turned down, and it's not.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Straw going back.
Oh, again!
And it's gone.
Back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so.
What do you mean, Darth Geek?
Now, pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not. But I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
And they take care of Stanton for the out. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees.
And up next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera for the 4th time tonight. And that one lifted in the air center field. Straw makes the catch.
I was saying we didn't have any baseball teams. I mean, what I was just saying was if we had a major league team, I would want them to be named the Knights like our minor league team is.
The pitch.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there.
Well, I can explain to you what's going on. So the pitcher has the ball and he throws it fast. As long as it's in that little box, it's a strike, whether the man swings or not. If he swings and misses, it's a strike. If he once he hits it, he hit it foul, so it went outside of these white lines here, and so that counts as a strike as long as there's not 2 strikes. But I think that added a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The wide to kick the pitch. Goes down looking.
Yeah, I love how sports games look so realistic these days.
That sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Once I throw it, no matter where it goes, if he hits it, he needs to run to the first base before I throw the ball over there and get him out. The only way he gets a run or a point is if he hits it out of the ballpark. So here, I'm about to catch it, and that's going to be an out because it went in the air and I caught it. So that's an out. There's 3 outs per inning, or per side, I guess, or half inning. You know what I think about often? Like, if we started, like, humanity over, society over, the chances of, like, a game like baseball existing again are so slim. Like golf and shit like that. These games are so, like, there's so much going on with them that I can't imagine people would start these from scratch again. But like basketball and soccer and all those things that are simple, I feel like those would be created again in some form or fashion. Maybe not the exact same rules. Yeah, it does go for a lot of stuff, but it's just when like baseball is, it's almost like super silly with the amount of rules and how it works.
Here's Aaron Hicks. He's 0 for 1. In the air, pretty deep out to center field.
No.
Straw makes the play, and there's 2 away.
Number 39.
Music is kind of loud for me. Don't turn it down. I turned it down on my end. But is it not loud enough for you guys still? Or is it good? It's fine. Sounds good.
Racing makes the catch. And that'll
Yeah, lacrosse is an interesting one. Cricket, yeah, cricket I don't know much about. Anytime I see it, I really have no idea what's going on. Same with how people would probably feel about baseball if you don't watch it.
And first offering is fouled off.
Oh, really? Violence? Yeah.
Kicks and deals.
Kicks and deals. Broadway, you playing this on the Xbox? You want to play against me online? I'm doing it, Hamp. I mean, this is... Damn. Come on. I like the pitch timer. I like stuff like that. I've never been a huge like baseball purist or anything like that. I think there's a lot of things like a pitch timer that would help the game. Oh, it's crossplay. Oh, you scared. He's scared. He see me hitting all these home runs. That's good that it's crossplay. I guess it makes sense considering this is a like PlayStation made this game. I remember when it used to only be on PlayStation. It was frustrating. All right, I won. On to the next one. Cisco, like Cisco from the Thong song? That's cool. I didn't even know he was on Star Trek. Career mode? Yeah, I hear you. Good luck, man. Yeah, if it hits the batter, you go to first base for free. But sometimes the batter gets mad and he runs at the pitcher and he goes, pow! Or something like that. Yeah, I'll keep it on the rest of the stream, even when I go back to GTA, since we got a whole queue going. This Q-Tip? I don't even know this song. All right. Yeah, Nolan Ryan, yeah. He grabbed that dude in the headlock, started whooping the shit out of him.
Welcome if you just joined us.
Welcome if you just joined us. All right, let me see what's going on. All right, we got runners on first and second. It's the top of the ninth. We have a 1-run lead, and there's 2 out. So this is like a short... This is a short moment. I wasn't really paying attention to what they wanted here. All right. Oh, yeah.
Everyone here understands just how quickly things could change.
All right, so this guy has 2 strikes, 1 ball. So, like, I'm going to throw it outside the zone. Hopefully he chases it. If he swings, then it's a strike. It's an out. Game's over. On to the next game. Baseball is a lot of fun to play. These video games are pretty fun once you get into them. There was a game called Slugfest on the PS2 and I guess the Xbox, which was like NFL Blitz or NBA Jam, but for baseball. That shit was so much fun. I gotta play that again sometime. And I like this mode since you don't have to play like, you know, full games. You get to like just simulate games and then jump into certain moments like I was saying. So this is fun. Yeah, Road to the Show. That's a good mode too. All right, what is this? I'm playing as Aaron Judge here. So instead of like pitching and all that stuff, I'll just play as this one player. What's up, 3? Yeah, I've been to the Yankees and Red Sox at Yankee Stadium, and then I've been to Dodgers and Cubs in Dodger Stadium. Those are the only two MLB games I've ever been to, but lots of fun. Much more fun in person than on TV. See you, Shadonic. Foosball.
Center field. Judge is under it.
Everything is a devil to you, mama.
And there's one away. And now it's Brandon Lowe.
Yeah, if I fail a scenario, then my streak will go cold and I'll lose some of the simulated games. I'll lose, or I'll be behind when I get into these scenarios and stuff. So yeah, it has an impact how you perform here.
In the air out to center. Judge is there. Puts it away for the out.
What is this? Oh, I didn't even know that guy was running. Oh, I didn't realize people were on the fucking bases. I'm sitting here running in circles and shit. That was my fault. I got to pay attention. I'm like, what are we doing?
Here comes Aaron Judge, second in the American League.
All right, now I get to bat. And Aaron Judge is a beast, so hopefully we crank that soldier boy.
He covers the plate well.
Oh.
Shows impressive awareness of the strike zone to boot.
Yes, I agree, Ham. That was Aaron Judge's fault, not Hugo One's fault.
To ever play, it can't be all about hitting home runs. You have to have plate discipline as well.
Get down! Yes! All right, so that's a single. There should be command. I think exclamation point current song will tell you what song is playing. See, I hate being a base runner. I don't want to do this.
And everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
A little bloop single.
Hitting is really
I was holding that long thing, yeah.
One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone.
I don't want to steal.
And guys like that, they have
What's the score? 0-0? Yeah, I'm not going to steal. Oh, no. Oh, it got through. Go, 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 go. Oh, I shouldn't have went. Slide. No. Fuck.
I think the base runner thought he had a better jump on that than the third base coach clearly as he tried.
Harold Ramirez.
Oh, well. Should have waited.
3-2 on the way. That's out to center field. That is the inning.
Okay. So you only play, like, when you're playing as one person, you only play when they're involved. So you don't have to just be standing in the outfield watching other people play. Oh, yes!
Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Oh, this is in GTA Online? I didn't even know there was a GTA Online only radio station.
And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. Good contact guy, good defender.
Probably B for balls, Tracy. They need a button to scratch somebody else's balls, though.
That one in the air, center field. Series.
We should probably go back.
Makes the grab, and there's two gone.
I got a bunch of sunflower seeds spilled in my drawer over here. I didn't know the bag was open, and I tried to pick the bag up to move it, and they all dumped out inside the drawer. So I got a bunch of sunflower seeds over here, which sucks. Yeah, I like the barbecue ones. I get the unsalted ones nowadays.
Lifted in the air, out to left. Aranda has this one sized.
All right, I guess. All right.
The squeeze on it, and that is that.
Decent baseball player from the GTA universe. I don't know.
And we are still scoring.
Trying to think if anybody ever mentions baseball or anything in any of the games. I don't think so.
He's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug.
They have a team in GTA 5, do they? There's a baseball stadium in Las Venturas. No! Did he catch it? Yes.
And there are two down.
Oh, is it the LV Bandits?
Went down on strikes his first time through. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. And Aaron makes a nice grab out there. Out. number 2. It's Aaron Judge now.
All right, is it saying that? Is it saying? All right, what do we got? Guy on second. Gone. What is this telling me? Thank you, Hamp, for gifting us up to Illuminati. Oh, it wasn't gone. Let's just stay. Let's stay. I'm gonna pussy strat because I got thrown out last time. Yes, but I fucking got an RBI. Anyway, is that baseball team just in GTA 5 because people wear the hats and stuff for it, or do they actually have a place to play? No! I hit the wrong button. That was my fault.
And that ends the inning. But they push across. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge, outfield deep here.
Well, he's also going to add a home run to it, Hamp, so it's all good. Right about now. Gone. Oh, called his shot. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes! Told you. Told you. Told you, goddammit.
Aaron Judge leaves the yard. Home run number 15 on the year. It's 4-0.
All right. All right, we're going to win this game.
It's the speedy outfielder, Jose Siri.
Yeah, I think it's console only.
This one in the air center field.
No, fool. Should have dove for that. Oh, got his ass, though.
Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2.
All right, 4-hit game, yeah. 1 game, small momentum boost. What? Why small? We won 5-0, and it was all because of me.
This is exactly what they were looking for.
All right, LBC.
And if this is a sign of things to come, it's going to be a real boost for this ball club. And I guarantee
LS Kings, really?
Absolutely fired up right now because of his performance in this one.
This is a Xbox Series X. I don't know if that makes a difference with the graphics. Radio X. Pin a loss on a division rival. Will do, will do. Projected wins 104. Projected to win the division. Yeah, sometimes they give me some inexplicable losses. Look at that, 36 and 8. We lost to somebody else 20 and 22. I guess that's baseball, though.
Late stages of this one, nobody out in the 9th. The Yankees putting together a terrific season so far, about a third of the way in. And Singy, they had high expectations coming into the year, and so far they look the part completely.
For sure, Bogue. I mean, these guys are winning at a very high rate, competitive in every single game.
I like whatever this is, where the Blue Jays play. I like indoor baseball stadiums.
Like a team that's built for October.
Swing and a drive, left field. That ball's carried. That one is gone.
Gone. Let's go.
He sends it out of here, and we're starting over.
That was just a regular swing.
This guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready
instead of a power swing. Just caught it. Well, it is so satisfying. Anyway, anytime they're like batter's box is blue like that, I usually just do regular contact swings or just whatever regular swings are. Instead of trying to go powerful. Powerful makes the sweet spot smaller. By this all red like this, I'm ready to. I'm going power on this one. I don't need to be swinging at that shit, although that was in the zone, but still. Yeah, bam, exactly. The who? Oh my God. I got ahead of myself there. All right, now I'm down 0-2. I am trying to hit the ball a mile. Let me get back to normal here. No! I thought that was low. Got me. Caught me looking. Damn, what is this? Top of the 9th? Fuck. Got to make this happen, man. Aaron Judge to the rescue. Oh, okay. At least a base hit.
And that extends the inning.
He's excited.
2 outs, runner on first. And next for New York, Anthony Rizzo. High drive, deep right field, way back there.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Anthony Rizzo blasts one out. And now they're out in front. It's 4-2.
It's 4-2. I stream 2. Thank you, Noffle.
This season, so we'll see if that factors in.
Biggio makes the catch, and that'll do it. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. And this is very likely the last chance he gets to keep his hitting streak alive. Singy, do you remember the first time you played?
With, you know, I pay $5 a month for Better Twitch TV so we can have a bunch of emote slots. But then 7TV gives out 1,000 emote slots for free, which is crazy. But if it's laggy and stuff, that's not good.
And part of the ballpark, so you never had to leave if you didn't want to. Just a really cool experience I'll never forget.
Oh, fucker. All right, go, man. Oh, I fell. I was trying to I was trying to take that shit off the screen and he fucking fell down. Oh, I didn't mean to throw it there. Come on, man.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now for the 4th time tonight.
This is not ideal.
And that's in there for strike 1.
0-1.
Oh yeah.
Down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Man, he really sells the change.
Yeah, Hugo the Hornet is in basketball games. You can play as him in my favorite. You can play as Hugo the Hornet in my favorite basketball game, which is NBA Showtime, like on the Dreamcast or in arcade version. Get fucked.
And one gone. Up to the plate, it's Brandon Bell.
Thank you, Chicano.
Infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, I got a modded Dreamcast that LBC sent me. So it has a bunch of games on there. I can just fire it up and play.
Never seemed to help. Never helped me.
Next pitch is outside.
All right, how's my guy's energy here? Getting a little low, but I think we'll be all right. What's up, Exotic Donuts? Oh no, we got to jump. This is not good. All right, I don't want him to dive. Go, 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 go.
And it hits the fence. In comes the run from second.
Why does he keep throwing it home? I thought Y was second base, not whatever. All right, we're still in the lead here.
So close to blasting that one out of here the other way, but
I don't think I played the bigs too.
The outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Left-hand batter waits.
God. Oh, come on.
Bottom of the ninth, down a run and tying run on second base. Next offering is foul back.
I'm not sure about that, SOE. Guess it depends on how their stadium is built and stuff. Ah.
Delivers outside. Next pitch is outside.
Yeah, Radio Gum, you're gonna get me banned from baseball too. All right, I think I got to bring in somebody else. Oh, nice. Now I think we can. I think this guy's good. Let me see. His energy's kind of low, but I'm not trying to waste anybody. So. You own one. Oh, get fucked. Oh, that was way outside.
Yeah, the count 1-2. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here.
Come on.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Whoa.
LeMahieu collects it. On
Yes.
the run, sends
Woo.
it over to first. Throw to first.
Oh, MLB for sure, Illuminati.
Yankees strand the tying run on
I like baseball more than hockey, and also having something to do during the summer would be great. I mean, there's minor league here, but rather it be a major league team.
Been impressive. I think we might be witnessing something really special here.
Charlotte Knights is the minor league team. Motherfuck. No, I don't want to do this. I hate this part of this mode. I don't really give a shit about this. I just want to play. No, this is song request, Illuminati. Motherfuck. Can't understand anything else in this shit, but he means it when he drops that motherfuck in there. I can see the videos, and he's driving a Lambo in this shit.
We're in the 8th with one man out. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton here in the booth.
It has been a very long time since song request.
Teams in the division going head to head. Pressure on both teams in a game like this, Singy.
Absolutely. If you're behind, you know you have a chance to make up some ground. You really want to get that W.
Frazier stands in here, takes ball one low. That one not close.
Man, I saw Lando Norris streaming today. 15,000 viewers. And like people were giving bits and subbing and all this stuff. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, I guess it's the same as if you do it to any other big streamer. But I'm like, this dude has plenty of fucking money. Come on. I don't want these tips. I don't even read them. Disable all tips. Thank you. I need to read the thing to know where to disable. What's up, Kay? Savannah Bananas? No. I guess that's Savannah, Georgia.
1 for 3. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Yeah, you build a shelf and have 30 screws left over. That shelf's coming down at some point. Ah.
Swing and he popped it up. Peraza under it. Makes the grab, and that'll do it. Now into the ball game on defense. James McKinnon.
This guy, this guy on the sim racing subreddit. Oh! He posted a video of himself showing F1 drivers a video of him like a pass he made in iRacing or something, and asked them if it was a clean pass, a good pass, or not. And people were like, we know you're just trying to show off that you're talking to the F1 players. Oh, he caught that. Nice. No, this is a sponsored stream, but I was playing this before the sponsorship came up, so I'm happy to do it.
Out front and foul to the left side. More numbers retired and more world championships than any.
This is on Game Pass, by the way, if you're unfamiliar. It's free to play if you have Game Pass. I mean, you pay for Game Pass.
Here to this yard, and it's all on display. I think you could make a pretty strong case.
Oh, cool. Skatab. Yankees. New York Yankees are my favorite baseball team. If Charlotte had a baseball team, I'd root for them. But until then, I'll pull for the Yankees.
Because of the length of that history.
Nice.
Ground ball base now.
Yeah, Illuminati. No, it's not on PC. If it is on PC, I missed that because I only saw it available for console. I don't know if you can do it on Game Pass PC either. Which, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, but I don't know.
Out there to center. Mullins settles under it. And that is the third out of the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. Last chance coming up for the Orioles.
All right, if you know you're wrong, Illuminati, why don't you fucking race right then? Get on there with some real opponents instead of just M-Toms and AI. I'm working them, Hamp. Oh, on the Switch, yeah. Oh, that's cool, okay. Yeah, LBC.
Right-handed reliever. Ground ball up the middle.
Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention. Yes, got him.
And they get Mullins for the out. That's a big first out right there, and that changes things.
Yeah, you can kind of see how just the hope and optimism.
Yeah, I don't understand why something like this wouldn't be on PC.
They got to find a way to get a runner on and get one.
Polaris said he played iRacing with a controller. I think you should be able to play with a controller, and I think it should be on console. But I think all controller players should be in their own lobbies. Not that it's just you're just getting a different experience than what's intended, I guess. Yeah, there's assists on there. You could have all kinds of assists.
Trying to prevent extra bases. And first offering is fouled off.
You need to just be looking for sales on wheels and fucking get on there. It's fun. A lot of fun. All right, last out.
On the ground to third. On the run, throw to first.
Got him.
And the Yankees take the series opener.
Yeah, you can get pretty high-end wheelbases and stuff for consoles. Which I guess that's fine if you if you're a console player, but I feel like if you're getting the super high-end wheels and stuff, you would likely have a gaming PC, but I don't know.
Rivalry games can definitely feel more
impactful. Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe the games have just come a long way, or the simulators have come a long way, but it feels. I mean, it feels really real to get on there and with a good wheel and wheelbase and pedals and all that stuff and race. Yeah, what happened, LBC? I thought you were going to do racing games with your VR headset. Yeah, Game Pass is pretty sweet. I mean, my very initial stuff that I got for iRacing was a Logitech wheel, and I returned it pretty quick because I could tell I wanted to actually invest some money in it, and did. And so now I have like Fanatec stuff, which it's the lowest price Fanatec stuff, but it's much better than what I had originally. Yeah, I'd like to try to get into flight sims and have some fun, but there's definitely it would take me a while to learn all that stuff, learn the controls and stuff.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Yeah, maybe I should turn this the whatchamacallit up on this, the difficulty. I'm kind of not getting a challenge, but then I'm gonna get my ass beat on the next difficulty. They have a dynamic difficulty on here that I played with, and I would have some success, and then they would just beat the shit out of me, and it wouldn't be fun anymore.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's still a good wheel just to, jump in the game. I see some people on some of these iRacing pro streams that are just racing with a Logitech wheel and stuff, and they're killing it.
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yeah, Broadway, I bet.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score.
I used to play, when I played a lot of Madden back in the day, I'd only play on all Madden because I wanted to be ready for online play. So that's what it was all about.
Next offering in the dirt, and that's ball one.
Well, with the Amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt. A good secondary lead. Doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory.
If I play Madden nowadays, I'll just play as like my created character or whatever. Oh, get fucked. Get fucked.
Mariners lead one.
So is there can you guys try different commands to see if you can get the song to show up? Current song or exclamation point song or something like that and see if it works?
Trying to secure these outs against a potent Yankee lineup.
Every once in a while I'll turn my 360 on and play Tiger Woods, like 2010 Tiger Woods, because that was like my favorite year. After that, they changed some stuff I wasn't a big fan of, and I haven't played any of the more recent PGA ones. Oh, look at that!
And it's through for a hit.
All right, I'll figure out the song, the song command for next time.
Just one of those seam high base hits through the infield. We just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Song list works. Oh, cool.
And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the game plan for this
2003 Tiger Woods. I can remember playing, maybe it was 03 or 04. Fuck. At a friend's house on the PS2, playing some old school Tiger Woods. And dude trying to teach me how to putt and shit.
Be patient as an offense and let the pitcher come to you, but you can't argue with the game plan they're using in this one.
2 on, 1 out. Now it's the switch
on the PSP, that must have been fun.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one carrying.
Yes.
And that ball is out of here.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that.
When I sit on the couch and play this on my TV, I suck. When I'm sitting here playing, like, maybe it's my monitor or something, I'm like way better than I normally am when I play this game.
That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
What was that, Mr. Greaves?
1 down. Aaron Hicks stepping in now for the Yankees.
I know some team, I don't know if it's the Yankees or some college team or something, but the reasoning was it's about the name on the front of your jersey, and that's all that matters. Like, your individual name, I guess, is meaningless. Probably not. I haven't played. I used to NHL 95, I think it was, on the Sega Genesis. Loved that, but that's the only hockey game I ever really got into.
On the ground, and it's through for a hit. Throw in, holds the lead runner at second.
Oh, is that real? I missed it. I wouldn't even have noticed had Illuminati not said anything.
So first and
I
second.
don't hate the low man because he's packing a 6-shooter. That sounded like it was the intro to this song. Ah.
To center field. Rodriguez settles under it. And he makes the catch. And the inning is over. Yankees with a 3-run shot. It's now a 4. And welcome back. Here's Jared Kelnick.
One of those Maddens I got, like, all the achievements on. Can't remember which one it was.
Man, this has been impressive. Just now getting to 100 pitches as we start this 8th inning. He's given them a lot of length, and we'll see just how much longer they'll let him go.
Next one misses, and the count 1-2. Garrett Cole, Chris, a guy who was the first overall.
All right. Fuck.
Pitch misses there. 2-2. And he married another UCLA player's sister, Brandon Crawford.
What?
He's married to Brandon's sister, Amy.
Damn. That's an interesting video game fun fact in the middle of this shit.
When Cole's brother-in-law, Brandon Crawford, took him deep, Cole signed a pair of spikes for Brandon Crawford. One that said Adios Pelota, and the other one that said...
Oh, I remember that quarterback club. Brett Favre was on the cover of that, I think.
Wayne Kuiper of the San Francisco Giants.
There was some on the Sega Genesis. There was some college football game. I think it was like a Joe Montana game. I loved that game. I had one play that worked every fucking time. It was very exciting for little kid me.
Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boone. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to...
that ends the inning, so we take a break.
I said Joe Montana. I'm dancing on the inside.
Here comes a pitch.
One time I played some guy in Madden, and he used the same running play every time, and I could not stop it no matter what. Knew exactly what was coming no matter what. Could not stop the shit. It was pissing me off so bad. Like, this shit makes no sense. It shouldn't work like this.
Haggerty handles the chance to first, and he beats it. Aaron Judge at the plate. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
I shouldn't have swung at that. Or maybe? No. Rip.
Pulls it in on the warning track.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez settles underneath.
When I pull up, be quiet, butt spot.
He's got it. 2 down.
Man, that must be a huge like achievement, accomplishment in that guy's life that fucking pissed Snoop off enough to rage quit. Cam Newton used to do this thing where he would play against random people and post it on Instagram or something. Maybe post it on YouTube. But then, like, some of the highlights I saw, he would blur out their names. I'm like, man, let those people get their glory for playing against you. All right, let me bring somebody else in.
Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Jonathan Loaisiga.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
I already know Canna Rose requested this.
Breaking ball through there for a strike. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. No swing.
Maybe I should have left
Johnson with the call there.
Garrett Cole or whoever that was in. I think I just realized they had a scoreless game going here.
And a 1-2 again.
Oh shit, man! What are you swinging at that for?
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
No, dive, fool. No, hurry up, go! No, get up! You can't just be mashing buttons in this game.
And he's into second with nobody out.
Yeah, Walkie.
Nice job.
Yeah, boy.
Once it got through the infield, it threw a double all the way. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats. If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Runner leads away at second. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that.
Come on, man. Oh, that woman got scared. Almost took her head off. I love clips of baseball games where like something gets hit backwards towards the net. And then somebody sitting there jumps because they think it's going to hit them, which is a natural human reaction, but it's fucking funny as shit when they spill their beer or something. Ah, got him.
Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, I seen Walkie. Hello, Walkie. How are you? What's crack-a-lackin', man?
That one missed.
I don't know of an instance where the Nets have failed. However, they don't go all the way down the line, or at least they used to not. Or I guess it depends on the stadium. and people would get hit by balls and fucking get seriously injured. So gotta watch out.
You winning, champ?
I'm winning. Yes, I've been winning the whole time. I'm killing them. Thank you, Liam, for the bits. Appreciate it.
1-2 now. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
I would destroy Sweet Ball in a battle. Kidding me? AJ one.
1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
These fans, they are ready to cheer about something.
And that one fouled off.
Da-da-da-da.
And 1-2.
Good late sink on that fastball.
I agree. He does look pretty good.
And then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to
Got him.
And a swing.
Yankees win. Uh-oh. Walkie, you call me during baseball?
Me, Joe?
Yes, Walkie. How are you?
Me, Joe 1, I'm going to sing for you.
All right, thanks, Walkie. Catch you later, man. What's up, E-Readster? Man, I'm really thinking that my TV that I normally play on sucks. I'd like to blame the equipment. All right, what? Are people trying to make trades here? I'm not trying to make no trades. Let me get out of here. No, I don't give a fuck. Minor league? No, I don't care. Might be, Mr. Swag. They just don't know yet. 51-11. Yeah, I need to get like a legit good big ass gaming monitor for my consoles.
Hey Hugo, do you want to be my pitcher and I'll be the catcher, Hugo 1M?
Thank you, Max Dong, for the offer. Yes, I do. And then next time I'll catch. Thank you, friend. I'd love to play catch with you. Catch the schlong. Thank you for the resub for 39 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Fuck, man. We could have had a triple play there. I didn't even realize it. And we got nothing. We got one.
Go ahead, run on base. Eloy Jimenez now. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power.
How much do those go for, Vectral? Do you know?
With this type of slug, these type of home run totals. Strike 2.
He's looking for a ground.
Yeah, this my monitor that I'm using now. Everything feels much better, so making me think I need to get the real TV. I like my TV to be big with my in front of my couch with my consoles and stuff. So it'd probably be expensive to get an actual like gaming kind of like monitor. Or I guess there's gaming TVs or whatever. What's up, Chris?
But it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. 1-1. Strike 1.
Strike 1. 42 and 48. All right, that could work. That could work.
The runner at third. Robert at second. Benintendi at first. 2 outs.
Tendi. Getting tendies.
And stays alive.
Only a couple hundred more for like a 65? I would like a 65. I will look into that.
Goes down looking.
You found Canna's booty? Nice. Show me.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out.
Back here in New York, there's Stanton now. Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score.
Mike Stanton.
This one blasted deep to left. Way out of here. Home run.
Yeah, Vectral. I would like to know what to look for. I don't plan to buy one anytime soon, but I want to know what to look for when I do want to buy one. And I can set like deal alerts for when they go on sale and see if I want to pull the trigger then.
All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
Yeah, you like a nice sex logo yourself? Oh, foul. Yeah, this is on the Wii. I'm glad you could tell. What's up, G2A Oscar?
Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
I'm going to crank this Soldier Boy. Oh, the man, that was the power hit, and I hit it perfect, and all I got was a single. What?
Now it's Josh Donaldson's turn to hit.
Well, keep doing it, JP, and you'll be very in shape.
In the air, left field. Benintendi is there.
Tendies.
And puts the squeeze on that.
Tendies got me. Weedy's nut.
Yes. Shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
You're a natural ligma fire, Walkie. You got ice cold ligmas running through your veins.
So it's first and second with only one.
Wheaties? Yeah, love some Wheaties. You got something for me? Give me your Wheaties. Yeah, it's song request.
Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Here's Jose Trevino.
Nah.
And that one lifted in the air.
Biatch.
Robert moves under it.
All right, what do I do?
He's got it. Runner tagging for third.
Oh, got it. Yes. Very nice.
So 2 away with runners at the corners.
Slick scared. He's scared to come here now because I told him I want to talk to his girlfriend on Discord. I'm getting under him, man.
Out into left center field.
Me too, Eric.
Able to make the grab, and that's the inning. Yankees draw first blood on a solo shot. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major. Back at Yankee Stadium, new inning getting started, and now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1.
That is ball 1 in your left cheek and ball 2 in your right cheek.
To the left side, and it's just foul.
Harry Potter TV series. Yeah, you excited for that?
The tying run at the plate.
Yeah, Yankees are my favorite team. But just because my city doesn't have a major league team yet, hopefully one day. Every time expansion's brought up, Charlotte is mentioned, along with Portland and Nashville and all the usual suspects. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh, he might crank this Soldier Boy. Nope.
So critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
The wind and the pitch.
One thing they did here this year with this, and I don't know how to fix it, is where the catcher, the placement of the pitch, you see the catcher's glove right there in the bottom right corner. It disappears so quick that if I look at the pitches first, I'll miss where it is.
In there, and it's 0-1.
Only date married women. Damn, you're just waiting for somebody to beat the shit out of you. Seen this video. This dude approached, or he caught his girlfriend at the airport with another dude. He went in there and caught her, and he was like, "Why are y'all flying Spirit Airlines or whatever?" It was. I mean, it was sad for that man that he had to go through that, but it was pretty funny. See that when it does that camera, I can't tell where they want me to put it. Oh! Get fucked.
Nothing doing for the back in the Bronx, and here is Gleyber Torres. The right-hander back to work.
Oh my God. Got ahead of myself, man.
First pitch, it was going to sell out to it. Didn't make any contact though.
Ooh!
Deep to left center. Back there.
If I learned anything today, it's that a gaming monitor helps.
Joe
fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Now it's Aaron
Oh,
up to the plate.
that was the monitor.
Swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up.
No, turn that off.
Expect a big inning.
Why'd I hit? Why'd I swing at that? I just killed somebody. That's what I was talking about before. You can fucking kill somebody when they're sitting over there in that area. Fuck, I don't want this fucking anchor shit on. Oh, nice. Yeah, go. We want to run. Run.
And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases.
No, that's good. That's good.
And Aaron Judge cruising into second. He's got a double. Well, he waited until the seventh.
Thank you, Jackie Bradley, for the bits. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you.
How much does it weigh on your mind when you're coming to the plate in the late innings with a streak going?
Yeah, quite a bit. And
ooh, almost killed him. Go home, go home.
For a base hit. Here comes the Judge around third.
The Judge, all rise.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I could watch base hits like that one all day.
Man, I love contactless delivery. The less people I have to interact with in real life, the better.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate.
This guy called me the other day, though. He's like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm about 90 seconds away. I'm like, okay. And he's like, it says here you want contactless delivery. I can just leave this right outside your door. I said, yeah. And he said, all right, let's get this food in your belly. I'll see you soon. I said, okay, thanks.
Great job by those two. Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees.
I don't want to have to talk on the phone. I thought they were calling because something was wrong with the order. I wouldn't have answered if I knew it was just going to be verifying what I put in the app.
Back in New York, here's Elvis Andrus. He's sitting on 99 career homers.
The funniest thing anybody ever did was 1 year during the Super Bowl, I ordered a pizza and it was DoorDash that delivered it, and the lady texted me and said your food is on the way with a picture of Patrick Mahomes throwing a pizza. I was like, oh shit. This lady took the time to Photoshop a picture to send to people during the Super Bowl. I mean, I always tip these people well anyway, so it's not really like they're going to get anything more because they got a funny picture.
Here's a 1-2.
Sexual services. Damn, they do that on DoorDash these days?
He steps on the bag. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth.
Man, my pitch has been filthy today.
Keeping the ball out of the air lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Anderson, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one.
Fuck.
Upstairs.
Yeah, Walkie's obsessed with Canna. And Canna's obsessed with Slick. I told you it's an amazing love triangle we got going in this chat. Too bad Slick isn't here.
If he can get 2 more quick outs.
That misses. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Ah.
Out towards right.
Oh, that's good.
Field. Cabrera settles under
Yeah, threesome. That would be a hell of a threesome. You got one person sticking coffee stirs up somebody's butt. You got another person telling people dick mouth got him. Walkie, I saw that picture you posted of you and that girl having sex in Roblox. That was fucked up. Ooh.
An all-star a season ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. See, Walkie's describing the picture I saw him post yesterday.
The pitch. Bounce to the right side.
What? Why didn't you just run?
Third out, and that ends the frame. Back in the Bronx, now the third baseman.
If you gave Walkie's like,
oh shit, here we go again. Oh shit, here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go.
As a Massachusetts resident, I'm legally and morally obligated to emphatically say fuck the Yankees.
Oh yeah, I got down. Thank you, Becoming, for the resub for 41 months. Appreciate it. When I went to the Yankees game, I rode the subway there from Lower Manhattan to the Bronx, and it was packed because it was like rush hour, or it was like, quitting time. And there was a single Red Sox fan alone on there. And he looked scared as shit. And this one guy goes, "Red Sox suck." But then he gave him a smile and it was all good. So it wasn't it wasn't a deadly situation like I thought it would be.
One step at a time. Could have been 2 outs. Instead, they get none.
Get fucked. No.
I'm a Sox fan. Can you please lose?
Thank you, Jackie. No, I cannot. I'm up 3-0, so it's not happening. Tell them to come back if they want to win. Aw. Why don't you want to? Why are you mad at George McDonald? He called you Lisa as a bad cat the other day. That had me laughing. But thank you, Jackie, for the bits. Anyway, I was gonna say if there was a Waukee bot, but somebody was just talking to Waukee, they'd be like, "This is the worst bot ever made. It doesn't make any sense ever."
And that is that. And welcome back. Bet attendee to start it. And a little something extra at stake in this at bat.
Pitcher getting tired. All right, let me bring somebody else in there.
And that's in for a strike.
He's been so sharp.
How do you know he hired Jared? Maybe Jared was hired before he got there.
Leaving him in there to finish the job.
And a ground ball to first. He'll do it himself. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Here's Eloy Jimenez. 1 for 3. And here comes the Yankees. Number 97.
Jared recruited him. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if his real role was CEO businessman of Subway because of some settlement he had after getting molested by Jared? Damn, that would be fucked up.
Out towards left center. Hicks is there for it. Calls it in, 2 away. And now Yohan Moncada.
Yeah, you can get a good variety of different kinds of songs on here with song requests.
There's a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
They can get right back in this ball game, he says, as we win the game. I mean, if I hear something I like, Radio Gum, sure, yeah. Whoa, Waukee.
My coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
Okay. Well then. Thank you, Jackie, for the bits. Appreciate it. All right, back to San Andreas. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what?
Ayo.
Thank you, Pedro, for the resub for 21 months. Appreciate it. Welcome back, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, I'll be right back. And then we'll play some more San Andreas. All right, be right back. You know what I was thinking we should do for George McDonald? We should have a trial where he's on trial and he has to prove his innocence to LBC. And we have to see. This is not me pissing, by the way. I'm pouring one bottle into another. But we have a trial to see if he's guilty or innocent of whatever he's charged with. He'd probably need a lawyer though. Airport taxi. Ugh, I didn't get paid for that. Fuck. All right, let me change the title and stuff. Is George McDonald in Discord? Like, is he in there talking about he wants to talk? Because I'll talk to him now. No, I don't want to do that. No, not you, Walkie. Are you George McDonald, Walkie? Are you the CEO of Subway all of a sudden?
Team Edward or Team Jacob? Hugo?
I don't know. They're both kind of boring names. No offense, Edwards or Jacobs. So I don't know who to go with. Thank you for the bits, Jackie. I'm Team Jackie. Airport taxi. Do 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 do. Vampire, werewolf. I guess werewolves are cooler. Oh no, something's wrong. Gotta restart the game. Oh, my controller's not on. I mean, werewolf sounds sexier to me. Strong, ripping clothes off. A Dracula is just fucking pale and allergic to garlic. What's up with my controller? My controller. Airport Smapson. Do 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 do.
I will always be watching or listening or both.
Thank you, V, for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome, friends. Thank you, thank you. What's going on with my controller, man? Don't get it. Won't work right. This fucking something from Red Dead Redemption 2? Okay, there we go. There we go. Working again now. Hello, Seer Witch. How's it going, man? Yes, Fringe. Oh, sorry. Marker's over here. Passed a blunt. No bike.
What were you thinking back there, bruh?
People say I get my production secrets away.
Come on, fool. Yes, Walkie, what?
Tired, man. Real tired. Tired of putting in the work and still shit don't get better. Tired of seeing my family fall apart.
Sweet, man, you got more heart than that. Sure, things are screwed up now, but we finna turn a corner, man. The day is
We
coming.
finna turn a corner.
San Andreas, I'm CJ from Grove Street. Landed the heinous gangbangers in cold heat. And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep. Even with anybody competing, even police.
Thank you, Ham, for gifting a tier 2 truth sub to Genesis Jolene. Congratulations, Genesis Jolene. Thank you, Ham. Ham still can't get into the sub channel on Discord. I don't know what the deal is with that. What happened to the mini map? Lots of glitches, lots of duping. This Saturday is the best day. What happens this Saturday? Yeah, that's weird, Ham. Mr. Twitch is fucking with you. Mr. Twitch or Mr. Discord?
CJ, I warned you.
CJ, I warned you. Oh, watch out! God.
You in my space.
You in my space. Oh, fool. Well, happy early birthday. Gotta run away quick. Yes, walking.
Okay, the neighborhood's sold up now.
Nope.
I gotta talk to. Oh, I got shot. Now I gotta talk to George McDonald, Walkie. Get George McDonald in the voice chat, and then I'll get in there. I'm gonna get me a happy farmer kit. George McDonald is the CEO businessman of Subway. He's also a news anchor.
What were you thinking back there, bro?
George, if you can hear me, get in the voice chat. We'll talk to you.
I'm tired, man. I'm real tired. Tired of putting in the work and still shit don't get better. Tired of seeing my family fall apart.
Sweet, man, you got more heart than that.
To Granny's house? Nice. That's real Granny style now. You have 2 other significant others? Damn.
Oh, man.
Glam pork.
Heart of Kilo Trades country.
Oh no, I didn't see it at all, Infinite. I missed it.
We'll take the whole neighborhood apart.
Yeah, let's roll.
And what is your problem?
Hit those ballers hard.
Oh, he's a voice chat? Hello. Hold on. My Discord is acting funny.
Hello, is anybody there?
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with right now?
You're speaking to George McDonald.
Hello, George McDonald. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Hugo.
Good to hear. So I'd like to know more about Subway. Are you do you only work at one Subway, or do you own all of the Subways?
I only work at one Subway.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were the CEO of the whole company.
Right. Are you gonna do the thing with like the face cam like you did with the other guy a few days ago?
Okay.
Like on April Fools with the voice change you did a few days ago.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
No, I mean you were supposed to put me like below the
Yeah, but you gotta. I can't see. You didn't start your cam. We're only voice chatting. So put your camera on and then I'll do it.
No, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea.
Okay, then why'd you bring it up, George? Man, I thought we were gonna put you on the stream.
No, it's fine. Nah.
Okay.
Let's just let the people hear the conversation and such.
Yeah. Man, is this Sweet Ball? You sound a lot like Sweet Ball.
Yeah, I know her somehow.
Oh!
Wasted.
So you are Sweet Ball? Doesn't he sound just like Sweet Ball? Like just the way he speaks and everything? You sound like another guy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sweet Ball.
You guys are playing me, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm not playing with you.
Okay. All right. So tell us more about yourself, George.
Well, I used to be a writer for Family Guy and The Simpsons and such.
Okay, well, why'd you stop doing that?
Because I thought it would be kind of weird and such.
It would be weird to be a writer on 2 very successful television shows?
Sweet man, you got more heart than that. Sure,
Yeah,
things are screwed up now, but we finna
it's
turn
because I wanted to get married in my life and such.
Oh, well, you know, people with jobs usually can still get married. I don't know why you had to quit.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to move on to Subway away from my writing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay. What else?
Well, I'm also the Fox News anchor, of course.
Of course. Is that your first love? Which do you love more, Subway or Fox News?
I love Subway more.
Okay, that's good.
Shit. Here we go.
I also work for the Fox Animation Studio.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, by the way, I forgot Penn Fox. Thank you for the resub for 11 months. Sorry if I forgot to say that. Thank you, friend. All right, so you work for Fox Animation, but you were a writer and then you quit?
Yeah, but I mean, I do still work for Family Guy and The Simpsons, like season 21 and season 24 and 34. The Simpsons season 34.
See, I didn't think season 34 of The Simpsons was something to be proud of. I thought people hated later seasons of The Simpsons. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, they do sometimes. They do like my creations, and the weird thing is that they don't even credit me. They don't even Google doesn't credit me anymore.
Yeah. Oh! Listen, you're gonna have to prove to me that this isn't Sweet Ball, because I'm pretty sure it's Sweet Ball.
Wasted.
I'm not Sweet Ball.
Okay.
Because if I was Sweet Ball, Sweet Ball, I would be texting to you on this Discord and Twitch.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So where are you from? Where are you from, George, if you don't mind me asking?
I am from the UK. I'm from London, but I moved to Orange County in 2012 to go to Subway.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm originally from London.
That's cool, yeah.
So yeah, I'm British, of course. I'm British.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am so confused, man.
What do you mean?
Man, this has got to be Sweet Ball. I just don't know. I just don't know what kind of game we're playing here.
No, if I was Sweet Ball, no, because if I was Sweet Ball, then I wouldn't exist anywhere except for Twitch and Discord. But I'm also on YouTube, of course. I'm also on Facebook and all the other social media apps.
That's a good point.
Max Strong 420
so yeah, I'm not Sweet Ball.
For 30 seconds.
Say again? Oh, that music one's not gonna work. Sorry, the music. Oh no, it should work actually. Go ahead.
Also, I said that I'm not Sweet Ball. Yeah, as I said, other social media apps. I'm on a bunch of other social media apps. Sweet Ball is not on there. It's not on other social media apps, except for YouTube and whatever he is on.
Yeah. Oh!
Wasted.
Sorry, George. I got hit by a car.
I feel bad for you.
Well, you should, because I got hit by a car. That was terrible.
I know. I feel your pain because I got hit by cars so many times in GTA 5. I was like, why did I have to do it? Why can I keep failing? Why? And that's why I tried to do this random speedrun thing, like a casual speedrun where I don't crash into things. I gotta easily slide into one of the vehicles just to go to either Michael's house or Trevor's house. And because in Sandy Shores and Trevor's place, there's no way you can crash into a vehicle except for a truck. Except for a two-buggy.
Man, this is sweet ball, man. Y'all are bullshitting me, I swear. There's no way.
I'm not sweet ball.
Okay, all right, man. You keep saying that. Okay. I don't remember. How come you didn't say anything about this in the chat? Whenever you're in the chat, you're just talking to us about YouTube videos. What are some of your favorite YouTube videos?
Well, I do game. My favorite YouTube videos are basically Remy videos and a bunch of commentary videos and such.
What were those videos you were talking about in the chat the other day? What were those?
The videos that was Vesh Remy and Spicy.
And what did the video say? What did you kept trying to get me to say from that video?
I was gonna tell you to say, let's test my spicy lemon again in a voice like this. That's my lemon again, like that.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, I guess you are Fox Gaming and not Sweet Ball. But I really don't know.
That's right.
So anyway, what else? What else you got going on? You like to play? You said you're speedrunning GTA 5.
I'm speedrunning GTA 5, but I can't show it on YouTube because I have a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even afford this HDMI thing to record the whole footage of the PS4 thing.
Okay, well let's recap. You used to write for The Simpsons and Family Guy. You're the CEO of a Subway. You're a Fox News anchor, yet you can't afford some kind of HDMI cable?
No, it's an HDMI capture.
Oh, it's a capture
card. It's a thing where you can capture. It's a thing where you can capture the footage from both the TV.
Okay, and now why can't you afford that though?
Because it's it's cost a lot of money for some particular reason.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, that is why I did not buy it.
Gotcha.
I also do gaming content.
Mm-hmm. What kind of games?
I do mobile games like Aquapark.io, Blockcraft 3D, which is a Minecraft ripoff. I also play a bunch of other games like the Sniper 3D game, Sniper Honor, and a bunch of other games.
That's cool. And that's on YouTube you do that?
Yeah, pretty soon it's gonna be on YouTube and such.
Okay, that's cool. So what's your wife do for a living?
My wife, she cleans the house and such.
Oh, damn. Okay, I see.
Yep.
You like anime?
Well, not anymore. I switched on to adult sitcom.
Oh, okay.
And I got in fun fact that The Simpsons has aired since I was born.
What happened with The Simpsons?
I said, fun fact is that The Simpsons aired the same day I was born. No, not technically, because it actually, no, I mean the same year, not the same month.
What year?
The year was 1989. I was born there. The Simpsons also aired like 4 months after.
Mm-hmm.
Because my birthday's on August 10th.
Yeah, and then the Christmas special was the first episode, right?
The Christmas special.
Yeah.
Or more likely a Christmas episode because the special is like a long hour.
Right.
Thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think The Simpsons existed is because, and I think the only reason why The Simpsons came was because of all the other Saturday morning cartoons that came back in the early 1980s through the mid 1980s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of Saturday morning cartoons do you like?
Well, it was the Smurfs, it was the Flintstones, the Jetsons, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
What show was The Simpsons originally on?
You mean the channel?
What show, like before it became its own TV show, what were... Go ahead.
It was the Tracy Ullman show.
Oh,
first,
yeah,
which
you're an
was 2
expert. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I remember watching the Tracy Ullman show to see The Simpsons. So, yeah.
I know. I'm glad I'm talking to you instead of texting you for chat and such.
Yeah, you know your stuff. So, are you an expert in Family Guy as well, or just The Simpsons?
Well, I've been doing the recent season of Family Guy. I drew the first episode of the 21st season. I did the Halloween special. I did the Christmas special in season 20, and I did a few other episodes that has this relaxing feel to it. Even the episode where Stewie had these multiple personalities.
Yeah. Does anybody in the chat have any questions for George? Since he's an expert, we want to maybe ask him like that one about The Simpsons.
I love you all in the chat.
He loves you guys.
Yeah.
Are you a simp?
What do you mean I'm a simp?
Why are The Simpsons yellow?
Because it's easier to get people to watch TV. The creator said that it's easy to for people to see and binge and say, oh look, it's a new character. It's new characters for this new show. I need to watch it because it's mesmerizing. The characters yellow. Are they alien or are human? So yeah.
Can you see the chat, or do you want me to read the questions to you?
I saw the chat. No, you just read the questions to me anyways.
George, do you know how to twerk?
No.
Nope.
I stopped doing that after the age of 32 in 2021.
Are you credited on the episodes?
No, my mistake. I meant 2022. No, I'm not credited on the episodes. Even Google doesn't credit me anymore. It's dumb.
Do you know John J. Smith?
Who's John J. Smith?
From The Simpsons. He was in one episode of The Simpsons.
No, I don't even know.
Stumped him.
What do you mean stump?
I mean, I got you. You didn't know who? You don't know who I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Next question is, how do they predict the future?
Matt has this easy test and such. It's like he figures out the things and such. And he says it's a modern medicine of taste to figure out what to predict.
What is Comic Book Guy's real name?
Oh, Fat Guy Simpson?
Fat Guy Simpson, yeah. I'm sure it's Fat Guy Simpson.
There was even a comic guy that is like that comic guy from the comic book store named Comic Book Earl. He was my real life friend back in England and London and such.
Daily K wants to know, if you're so busy with Subway, how do you have time to come talk and chat with us on Twitch?
That's because I am usually sitting down in my chair in my office and such.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
While the people that make the sandwiches, I'll get the money and such.
What is Homer's car?
Homer's car is pink.
Okay.
Like the donut.
Yeah.
He eats. Yep.
What is Bart's evil brother's name that lived in the attic?
Tab? I don't even know Tab.
No.
What?
Somebody in the chat wants to know how tall you are.
I am like 5'10".
5'10". Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
How are the Simpsons connected with O.J. Simpson?
I don't even know currently because I hadn't been there at the time. I'm only working on the modern Family Guy season, the modern Simpsons and Family Guy seasons at this moment.
George said he's from London, but then he moved to Orange County, California, so he could own a Subway and then work, I guess, on shows, right?
Yep. I mean, well, I didn't move to Orange County. That was my mom's doing. My mom wanted me to move to Orange County in the first place.
Okay, gotcha. But do you live there now? Do you still live in Orange County?
Of course I live in Orange County.
Okay, of course, yeah. And you like it there?
What? Yeah, I'm watching Fox 11 and such.
That's cool.
And I'm gonna show you everything in my house for my items and such.
You're gonna show me? Where are you gonna show me at?
Oh, wait, hold on. I just got to,
Don't push me.
We're talking to George McDonald.
Okay.
I just got to figure out how to switch the camera.
Alright, hold on.
Can't switches. Any stats in chat.
Oh, it went
Welcome
away.
back to San Andreas. I'm
I would try to show you, but I don't even know how to flip the camera.
Cold heat in Los Santos. Neighbors get no sleep beefing with anybody competing. Even police.
Yep. Wait a minute. There was a feature. I'm sorry. The Twitch stream was in the way for that. I was blocked.
Okay.
Yep. There's everything in my interior. On the bags and such. Here is the my Marcos and such.
The what?
That is my Marcos, of course.
No, I can't see you.
No, I'm trying to show you everything. Well, is my face cam on the blog?
No, I can't. No, I can't see any camera at all. It says it has a line through the camera icon. It says you're not showing.
But darn it, I thought my camera was gonna show.
No, it came up for a second, but then it's not. But you got it like turned off now or something. Oh no, I got it. Hold on. Let me show the people.
Yep, show the people.
Yes.
Yeah, and before I introduce you to that, well, there's an echo for my chair. Because this is my chair. This is my chair. I have a horse. But is it there? Is my face cam right on the Discord?
I'm getting. Yeah, I see your markers right now. I'm gonna. Give me just 1 second to get it on the stream so everybody else can see it.
Okay, you'll do what you do.
Okay, 1 second. All right, sorry. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
As I said, is that I got the markers such right here. I got more markers in that bag as well.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those are cool. And you do animation with those markers?
Yeah, and such. I usually draw on there too.
Yeah.
Here is my round table.
Yeah,
here
that is. Yeah.
That's my PS4.
Uh-huh.
PS4.
Yeah.
And we have my remote, my Gen L, of course. Of course, you can clearly see that my skin is black. Of course, I am a black person, so yeah, black person.
What? Can I see outside the window?
This is what's outside the window, of course.
Yeah, that looks like a nice part of town. Nice. Yeah, you're living large. All right. So, anything else you want to show us in there? You want to continue the tour? Okay, I guess not.
No.
No? Okay, well, that was cool.
Yeah.
You don't want to show everybody like a face cam? You don't want to go on the face cam?
No.
All right, that's fine. Well then, that was pretty cool. That was a cool little tour with the markers and the PS4 and stuff.
Yeah, I'm only showing them the stuff, my stuff. I can see Andreas though. Okay, continuing on. We have yeah, of course this is my bed, of course. This is my bed.
Yeah.
This is the briefcase.
Yeah.
the briefcase with the markers and such.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is more. Yep. And here is my as I said, here is my TV, of course.
Yeah, you got a nice setup there.
Yeah, this is my radio. I'm playing rock music. Yeah, I'm playing rock music, of course.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you like rock music? What's your favorite rock band?
My favorite rock band is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice.
And I'm watching Fox 11 currently. Fox 11.
Yeah, that's your favorite station?
Yep, I currently go here and I select this channel because The Simpsons air on here.
Yeah.
Yep, everything. So here's my hot. Here's my coffee mug, which is a Starbucks coffee mug. My glasses.
Yeah.
My PS4. My Starbucks coffee thing that they sent me the giveaway. This is my Nintendo 3DS, my handheld device. Yeah. That's my 3DS, of course, and such.
Yeah.
Everything.
What do you play on there?
I play. Let me see. What do I play? I play Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, that's cool.
And here is my other light bulb.
Yeah, that's cool.
I even draw the Fox logo on my journal as well. The Joe Show. Hashtag the Joe Show.
What's the Joe Show?
The Joe Show features, but I'm gonna show you for a second. Hold on. I'm gonna show you my presentation.
Okay.
It's like, so Joe, so I'm personifying Joe. But hold on. Is that I'm personifying Joe as Michael from GTA 5. I'm personifying him because Michael has a suit. Joe had a suit in one of the shows, of course. And this was his car, the customization vehicle thing for the blue and black thing. He had the blue and black thing in the show itself, and he had a tuxedo. And when and of course, even the special ability feature is the same. For some particular reason, I'm gonna stop this camera to show you. And this was the thing I was gonna show you, where the color switches from blue to some other shady color, and he had this exact same special ability as Michael in GTA 5, of course.
I can't see it.
What?
I can't see it.
It's right here. Wait, it's gonna load in for a while.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
No, today is we're just talking to George today, getting to know George a little bit. And George is a very interesting character. I've enjoyed this room tour very much. Yeah.
Dude. Also, my wife hates me showing the outside view because she'll be like, "Why are you showing the outside view? That's Ruben."
Yeah, well, be careful for sure. Yeah, but that was a good view. Yeah, his wife.
Okay. Yep. Okay, wait, can you see it? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Can you see it? As I said, Joe is like Michael from GTA 5. His car was blue. It was blue and black, and basically, the difference was between from Michael and Joe is that Joe had a beard. Joe had his beard, and Michael's hair was completely a little shorter than his, where it was more grown out than where we have where we'll have Michael's default haircut, of course.
So is Joe a character you made up, or are you talking about Joe from Family Guy?
Not that Joe, of course. I'm talking about Joe from one of the web series I used to watch back in my day.
Okay.
Until it got taken off of Google, because Google is like, don't do that. That's Ruben, and Ruben means in my British language that's bad. That's bad.
Oh.
And I can't even say that's bad because it'll be illegal for my cancellation views.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and even Joe lived in Hollywood in one of the web series shows. So yeah. Now continuing on, this was one of my older photos of me and my brother. This was me right there, and that was my brother.
No, I can't see it.
Can we we'll let it load. When
But you have the camera off. Turn the camera back on so we can see it.
no, the camera is on.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. Okay, that's my mistake. Okay, I can see it now. Go ahead. All right, yeah, that's you and your brother.
Yeah, that's me and my brother. That's me right there with the orange shirt.
That's
and
you,
that's my brother.
and that's your brother. Okay, that's cool. Nice. You guys are styling. I like those outfits.
This was taken like 40. No, this was taken 34 years ago. 33 years ago. 33 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yep, and I used to love the memories with me and my brother holding this teddy bear and such. As you can see there, I got my Batman action figure.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And of course, there's traffic. That's Ruben. That's bad. In my language, of course, it's Ruben, not bad.
Ruben, yeah.
That's what my wife used to say. He says, he when we first met, she says, "Is joy coming from humans?" Is that Ruben? I was like, no, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know that what you just said. And she said, Ruben means something in my version of in my London alphabetical language. But I was like, I don't even say Ruben, and that is when I did say Ruben.
Yeah, that's cool. So you got are those you got Bowser over there?
That's Bowser. That's Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. I got a Red Dead Redemption 2. I got Bowser and Donkey Kong, and then I got the disc that shares the data. The disc that downloads the game, and then the disc that plays the game.
Mm-hmm. Was there did I see a flashlight on your table right there to the right? Yeah. Oh, it's just a light bulb. Okay.
So yeah, and of course that is my full part of the bed, of course.
Yeah, it looks comfortable. You keep the fan right on the bed?
Yeah.
Now, what if that falls over in the middle of the night and chops your face off?
I keep it stable, but with these things that I'm trying to press right there. So yeah, it doesn't fall because it's like literally glued to the bed itself.
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah.
In this door, that's my closet. That's just my closet. So yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna see the closet?
No, it's locked. It's because it's stuck between my bed.
Yeah, I see.
Because my wife said that I don't want you to go into the closet all day and such.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that.
The people in the business suits.
Man, that is such a good view. I love that. If I lived there, I'd just be watching the people outside all day long.
You know, this is my charger. Wait, hold on. No, this is the plug to my light. This is my charger. Of course, that's my charger.
Yeah, thank you for showing me that. Walkie says, George, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33 is how old he is.
My birthday is gonna be on August 10th.
August
10th? My birthday's gonna be on August 10th this year.
All right.
I'm gonna be turning 34, like 34 seasons of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yep, and also here is my PS4 setup. That is my PS4 setup, of course. Where the color is green, my name, of course, is Fox 2500, of course.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and this is my folder, the Fox Gaming folder, which I should rename soon. So yeah, that is literally old. I was like, who names themselves Fox Gaming? Unless if the game says that it's only 14 characters long. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that. That's cool.
So
yeah, well, you got a nice little place there. I like it. I like this tour.
I know that. Over there is my kitchen. And then and then this right here, that's my office sign, which is the "We're Open" sign.
Mm-hmm. That's good. We gotta let the people know that you're open. So do people just come walking in there?
Nah, I just like they're pretending that I have a business, of course.
Oh, of course, right.
Because it's fun. It's good.
No, yeah, that is fun. Yeah, you like Starbucks?
What do you mean I like Starbucks?
I mean, you have 2 Starbucks cups. You like to drink Starbucks?
Of course I like to drink Starbucks.
Of course, yeah. Walkie said, yeah, he has a job, Walkie. He works at Subway. He's a CEO.
Yep, I'm the CEO of Subway.
Yeah.
Of course. Everything else right there is literally that's the building across the street. Of course,
Yes,
that's the
it is.
hotel. My house is across the street from a hotel because I live in an apartment building.
Yeah, no, that's a good place. I like it a lot.
I know because over there is like a bar that I would love to go to. And
You
I
go to that
the
bar?
a lot. Yeah, there's a bar, and over there, a few blocks away. Oh, that's a fire truck. Oh, that's a fire truck. As
That
I
was
said,
an
is that
ambulance. But go
yep.
ahead.
I thought that was a fire truck. I
That
keep
was an
mistaking
ambulance.
myself because, as I said, is that this is why the fire truck, the ambulance should have had its own separate color days ago or years or
Yeah.
something.
No, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
that's the bar, of course. That's the bar.
And you go to that bar?
I do go to that bar. I go to
Well,
the
what
beach,
does your
which the
wife
beach
say?
is.
Second Rick
My
is
wife
making
is
the
saying,
game
I'm
audio
disappointed
high-pitched
in
for
you.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
Disappointed in you, honey. You're not supposed to drink so much of those beers every day and every hour. I drink wine. You're supposed to drink wine. And I drank wine until I became a wine addict. And my wife was like, don't do that. Stop drinking the wine. Why are you drinking my wine? And then she was telling me to drink Red Bull. But I got addicted to Red Bull, and that is why I'm starting to drink beer again. All that time. And I usually get a steak and such. A steak every hour.
Yeah.
And also, there's a party session inside there. Oh my God, there's traffic. It always happens here. It's always a bunch of traffic everywhere and
Yeah.
every day. And then, so yeah. Since I told you about myself, what about yours? Where do you live at? And how old are you?
I am 37 and I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That is literally the same city that Mr. Beast lives at.
Well, I think he lives in North Carolina. I don't think he lives in Charlotte, though. But I may be wrong.
I think he does. Or probably Raleigh or something. I don't even know.
Right.
Yeah, the names are getting confusing.
Well, thank God I don't live in
The West because it gets colder over there and such.
I thought you did live in the West, the Western United States, in Orange County, California, right?
I said I do live in the West,
but I mean,
oh, okay.
I used to, and I used to go on
these random business trips
in my mid-20s to Miami, to
New York, to Miami,
and then suddenly I came here.
Wow, look at that! You're just in all the GTA cities. That's pretty cool.
And they're in the order. Yep, of course, in the order, of course. Except for North Yankton, which is North Dakota in real life.
Right.
But
yeah.
I think it's meant to be mostly based on Big Bear, along with Paleto Bay.
Yeah, that is interesting stuff. Okay, then where is it, Polaris? If you're so fucking smart.
What?
Are you? I don't want to dox you, but do you live in downtown LA or do you live in
Orange County?
Okay, that is Orange County. Okay.
Orange County. And there's a beach over there, Anaheim, California.
Nice, that's cool, man.
So yeah, and here is my my PS, not my PS4. I mean my 3DS. Continuing on to the 3DS. This is the interior. This is the stuff that of course that most handhelds don't have, like the GameCube and such. And then this is where I have my shuffle favorites. And don't mind the flicker because the flicker doesn't matter anymore. So as I said, is that my default color is blue. No, I mean I just changed the color to blue because the default color was white, and then or something like that somehow. So yeah, and so yeah, I guess I can change it to whatever color I like black for instance. Because if I want black, then it'll be there. And and of course I just changed it to automatically blue again. And then as I said, so here is the basic colors, because you can order because sometimes on this handheld device you can get wallpapers. No other handheld device can do that. Even the Nintendo Switch, this is one of Nintendo's famous devices, because look at this. Hold on, I'm going to put it on the bottom. Look at this. I put in the phone upside down as possible, and you can clearly see that is a Nintendo 3DS.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Yep, I've been having this since 2011 or something like that, 2011. and that is my charger setup. Right over there is the wires. One wire connects to my PS4, and one wire connects to my radio. So yeah, and this was my old light bulb. And so I was like, "Well, honey, I want you to give me a new light bulb because this light bulb is so stinky. I hate it." And that's how I got that light bulb right there.
Oh, okay. Is that a smart bulb?
What? A smart bulb?
Does it change
A smart bulb.
colors?
What?
What?
I said, no, that's not no smart bulb.
Oh,
You said
okay.
it was a smart bulb. It's a light bulb. It's an actual light bulb.
Yeah, that is an
So,
actual
yeah.
light bulb. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I know I've been having all these collectibles for many years till then and such. But I mean,
Camp
I've been
Six
getting
Flips is
most of the
giving
stuff
game
recently
low pitch
and
effect.
such. I got
Very
that hat.
sad.
Oh, darn it, that remote just dropped already. So as I said, of course, what's below my PS4 is my cable, which is the Spectrum cable device and such. Spectrum cable. I mean, do you have Spectrum, or is it just, or you have DirecTV or whatever you have in your city, in your
Yeah,
state?
I use DirecTV Stream.
I knew you had DirecTV. It's like I can read your future.
Yeah, it is like that.
Yeah, I mean, I really
used to have a DirecTV until things started to modernize that we had to get the cheapest thing possible, the Spectrum cable. It's the best thing on the market. That-
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go, George. It was very nice talking to you today. I hope we can talk again in the future.
And over there, as I said, that's my bathroom, that's my vacuum cleaner, that's the bag for my clothes, and that is the trash bag or something like that. I don't even know, just a bunch of stuff I like and such. I've been getting all these collectibles for many years to come and such.
Yeah. You don't have any dead bodies in those bags, do you?
No, just clothes and just trash and such that I gotta take out a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah.
Yep, and also you can clearly see that I changed the wallpaper for my PS4 to green. This was a green I have to, because there's no way you can get green into a wallpaper. You just gotta zoom in and such. Of course, they're zooming in, yada yada yada. And somehow I took in this green wallpaper from not Franklin's artwork design thingy. I took it from the wallpaper for something that makes the color kind of distorted.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Is it green for Grove Street?
No, this is just green for my initials. Like you can clearly see that my initials are green and red.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, cool.
I'm glad I came to Twitch TV because I didn't like, because before I came to Twitch I was always on Snapchat. I was like, why am I on Snapchat? Oh, because my storage is gonna run up in the first place. But somehow I got into social media, got downloaded more social media apps, and that is how I got there. And now since I showed you my house setup, here is my gaming setup. I mean my phone and such from the wait, hold on, wait, now here is wait here. Oh, okay, here's the here darn it. Yeah, I was gonna show you my my games on my phone and such, since I showed you everything from that handheld device and my house and such. And then I have my roommate's room for some particular reason across from the hallway in the kitchen and such.
You have your
And my
roommate's
wife-
room across for some reason. Well, they're your roommate, right? So that's why it would be there?
Yeah, my twin brother is right there.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him I said hello.
Yep, and as I said, and of course my wife is sitting down on the bed and such, watching a TV show and such.
Your wife is with your brother in bed?
No, she's on her own bed in the living room.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think.
And everything across the street, I know you can't see it, but it's reflective. I can clearly see all the other apartments from across the street's reflection window.
Oh, do you creep on them? Do you look inside their apartments?
Yeah, I do. I literally
Oh,
see,
shit.
I literally see their TVs. I literally see them turning on those neon light displays, LED. I don't even have neon light, which is so sad and bad.
How many naked people have you seen over there?
And no, I didn't see any naked people.
Oh, okay, good, because that would be...
Well, my wife would be like, nah, and she says, that's Ruben. That's Ruben.
That's
You know,
Ruben.
in your language, in your language, that's bad.
Yeah.
And I can't even say that anymore because when I say that's bad, it's like when I can't even feel that. I feel like the taste of words doesn't make any sense. So I just had to say my dialectable language, which is Reuben. Instead of saying that's bad, I had to say that's Reuben because my
Where
wife
did you
says
meet
so.
your wife?
I met my wife in 2014.
Okay, where?
Where I met her in Anaheim at the beach, of course.
Oh,
the
that's
beach,
cool. Yeah.
the beach is left of this building, of course. Though the
Yeah.
beach is it's like 3 blocks away, so I can just walk to the beach since I hate driving
Okay.
these days.
Yeah. You ever go to Disneyland?
I do go to Disneyland.
Yeah, I went to Disneyland. That's the only time I've been in Anaheim.
Wow, so you flew out there?
No, I drove out there. I drive over there every year. But the only time I've actually been to Anaheim was for Disneyland.
Yeah, I think I did see you driving your vehicle right there. But
Yeah.
I think I saw your face.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I am surprised, and I saw you driving your vehicle like that.
Well, I knew that was probably going to happen, so it's fine. I trust you.
Yeah, Disneyland is like is like 3 blocks right, while the ocean is 3 blocks left.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I go to Disneyland, and the only place I like is the Cars place, the Cars area.
Yeah, that's a cool place. The whatever it's called, Radiator Springs. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Radiator Springs and such.
Yeah.
And I think it was an empty space before before the movie came out in 2006. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some random storage unit thing, or some garage. I don't even know. It's like that. And even the clouds look so similar. From the Toy Story section to the car section, it's like they're similar. The clouds are not even realistic. That is artwork.
Right.
They're printed. Though even the blue color is printed. That is so weird.
Yeah.
And
That is weird.
And I used to drive on the roller coaster. It's like, no, I can't do it. I'm scared. I'm scared. My wife was like, don't be such a Reuben. So yeah. And before I dated my wife, I used to date these New Jersey, these high school New Jersey people.
Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
Like singer Halsey, like that lady right there.
You dated Halsey?
What?
You dated Halsey?
No, I didn't date her.
You just said you did. That's what you just said to me.
Some similar girl that.
A similar girl.
Yeah, some similar girl that's like Halsey.
Some high school girl. Some high school girl.
Well, yeah.
From New Jersey.
Yeah, a high school girl from New Jersey. Because she moved because I was in most of the high schools throughout. In high school somehow. I was still in Anaheim in Orange County, and I'm still there to this day. But I mean, I was trying to go move to New York or Miami. Like, I was like, I want to recreate the GTA thing, the GTA recreation. I was like, no, I can't do that. No. I was like, no, this house looks a little dirty. This house looks a little bad. And I was like, I got to go back to California because this was the place I stayed at for many years to come.
Yeah, that is an interesting story.
So yeah, that's why that's why I really did want to recreate the GTA thing. But and also the last destination I went to, of course, was basically Los Angeles, which was Los Santos. And of course, if you may have known from the first 3 games, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and San Andreas, that is the recommended order.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you are like real life GTA.
And the funny thing is that I died down on saying lift, like because in my country I say lift as the elevator, but now I say elevator because it sounds fun. I can't say lift anymore. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. They called it a lift because I was like, who in the world calls it a lift? Because I'm in a different part of town. I'm in a different part of London and such, where people say it elevator instead of saying lift.
Yeah. Where's your wife from?
My wife, she's from Huntington Beach, or somewhere in Huntington Beach, because Huntington Beach is like left of here.
Right. But where does that Reuben slang come from?
The Reuben sling came from this one. Came from the Buzzkill in the Killjoy movie, and the girl is like and there was these two ghosts. Of course, they were like they're like do you think joy is coming from humans? Is that Reuben? And then the blue ghost, which was the manly ghost, was like no. Hi no no joy is not coming from humans. Even though joy is coming from humans, or there's not that much joy. Yeah, and because basically the manly ghost was scared of the girly ghost because the thing is that the manly ghost is the buzzkill where everybody's like, you're such a buzzkill, stop tattletaling on me. And then the girly ghost is literally the one that has to kill the joy. And it's like, I gotta kill the joy before the joy spreads across town. So yeah,
that was the wildest ride I've ever been on. That was a crazy story. Holy shit. What Max Dong wants to know what area in London you lived in.
My maxed out area where I lived in I think it was Buckinghamshire.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
That's cool.
Well, I probably lived somewhere near the somewhere in the Bristol part of London. The Bristol part.
Yeah. That's cool.
But technically it's England, not London. So yeah, I'm counting that as London. So I'm counting London. No, because I lived in London, but my home state, my home country, and my home city was literally my home region was literally England.
Whenever you wrote for like Family Guy and The Simpsons, did you do any voices?
No, I didn't do any voices.
Well, you have some good voices. I think you do good as a cartoon character, voiceover artist or whatever.
Yeah, I did a podcast and such.
What was your podcast?
My podcast was literally hear my soothing sounds of my voice.
And you just talked about whatever.
Yeah, whatever I have to speak.
Yeah, you should, man. You could fill hours of a podcast. You have a lot to say.
And look at that. My PS4 color changed to my PS4 color changed to green and changed to red.
Right.
From green to red.
Why? Why did that happen?
No, because my background color is red, but my actual wallpaper is green. So yeah.
Okay. Well, man, I gotta go, but it's been very nice talking to you. Maybe we can talk again another day.
I would recommend that we can call on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't stream on Thursday, so I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll play it by ear. Whenever we see each other, then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that, and in my language, from your language, because we say dancing and you say dancing, and it's like, wow, that's completely cool. It's like, how do these Americans say dancing, and we say, and us people say dancing? That is so weird.
That is very weird. I am glad you brought that up. So, all right, I will talk to you later, George. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, I mean, I loved England and all, but thanks to my mom's thing, I kind of love it here in California. But I do visit England sometimes for the box office program. So yeah, I work for the box office program. Not just Subway and not just Fox News, but that is that.
Yeah, that's good to know. All right, well, it was nice talking to you, George.
And the cool thing is that I stack the journals. I got 3 journals. I got this journal, which I believe was my first journal. And in the second journal, all the remote just dropped. And this is my third journal where I draw landmarks from my hometown. And this was my 4th journal. And that is my 5th journal. Hold on, and that is my 5th journal. And usually when I talk to people on Discord and such, I feel energetic. I'll be like, I feel energetic. I want to talk to people. I want to do more. But yeah, I guess you're right. I guess this is a goodbye. Or something like that. Bye.
All right. Well, thanks for talking, George. I'll talk to you later.
It's so sad. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
And these are my covers, and of course that's my blanket. So yeah, okay, this is really the goodbye. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Oh my God, that was incredible. I don't know how to feel. So, okay, I gotta go I gotta go think about that for a while. I'll be back tomorrow in the morning, tomorrow Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And yep, I'll be here tomorrow. We'll try to finish this OHKO and go from there. So thank you for watching, friends. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, peace out. Goodbye. Fault, all right. Did I take out teleports? No, I did not. I've been here for 2 minutes and we haven't teleported you anywhere. Clearly you have messed with the options. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see, there you go. How do you feel now? Huh? How do you feel now? Oh, right through the map. Oh, shit. GTA 2, CJ goes to hell. Oh, GTA 3, CJ's in an endless loop. Whoa! Oh, she hit. Oh, that lady's okay. It's all right. You're okay, right? Yes, you're fine. Oh. Can we get through this? I think we can, as long as this one doesn't stop us. Oh, what? What? I'm coming, Smoke. Oh man, a view never seen before.
We still got bikes on us, man.
Come on, hit a cutscene and put me back on this bitch. The bike is getting destroyed right now. Done deal, it's done. Fuck. What a way to fail. Yeah, Sursoft, 30 seconds. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Okay, wheelie, not a good idea. Oh, and Ghost Rider? Oh, shit. Stop showing off, CJ. Oh, shit. All right.
What kind of license you got? A fishing license?
Let's do this again, because this was pretty sweet. Oh, yes, baby. Look at this. Alright. Not fucking around. To have fun with. I don't need it to be realism. Damn, everybody got out of their cars? The fuck? Oh, damn, what? What is this? The happening, goddamn? Is it... here's one, Jacob. Follow me. Oh my God! What the what? All right, get in. We're gonna go drive.
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right.